Oh, I did a transition at the wrong time. That's no good. How's it going? Welcome back to the Metropole Grid. My name is Andre. I'm pretty confident my microphone is on. Checking, test. Yeah, we're good. How's it going, everyone? Welcome. How you doing? What's up, YouTube chat? Wayne, hello. Cody and DJ, how you doing? DJ, it's pretty late. What are you doing? Sorting my SC 2019 cards all night. So I'm actually I sort all my cards in binders, and I'm pretty apprehensive about sorting, going and organizing System Core 2019 stuff. I'm expecting rotation to be relatively soon. I think I'm just gonna wait for that to happen next year. Yo, Baza, how's it going? Happy Thursday. How you doing? Thanks for dropping by. Welcome. It is December 13th. We are halfway through December. What was wrong with the transition? What's up, Jim? Well, okay, so in theory, that easy mark is meant to be on screen, and then this is meant to come up, and then I appeared behind it, but I appeared for a second, and then that played on top of it. Fucking amateurs, you know? Hey, Sean, what's up? My name is Sean. I'm a viewer. How's it going? How you doing, Sean? Marc Andre, how you doing as well? Welcome. Enjoy your Thursday. We got a lot of Netrunner tonight. I am legitimately pretty excited to play a fair bit of Netrunner, unlike most other weeks. This is the deck list of the week, which is actually kind of interesting. This is Lost Geeks #1 Swiss and Cut Nisei Eternal Tournament. This is the tournament we got to cast the top cut. This was 2 weekends ago. It's on the YouTube channel. It's probably still on Twitch to some extent. Highly recommend you to check it out, but here's a bit of a spoilers. Lost Geek won the whole tournament. Congrats to them. And this is their deck list. And this, mind you, is so wild to me. On the basis that of all the decks that I saw from just the top cut, this is the least eternal deck in the tournament as far as I can say. You'll notice if you look at this deck list, and again, this deck list won the whole tournament, so huge shout outs to Lost Geek. There's legitimately nothing here that's eternal. Besides the fact that I think Violet level clearance is restricted right now, if I'm not mistaken. Violet level and Surveyor, that's the only thing here, but legitimately all that's changed in this deck is the agenda suite, because Accelerated Beta Test is absolutely nuts. Having another 3/2 is crazy with Biotic, let alone it's a good card. But this deck list doesn't even have Jackson Howard, which is wild, because I think this might have been the only Corp deck in the tournament that didn't include at least one copy of Jackson Howard. And mind you, Jinja City Grid plus Jackson Howard together, we saw the tournament just the most impressive combo in Eternal. And I love seeing when old cards interact with new to create really, really strong stuff. But yeah, this won it, and it is not an Eternal deck list. You can just change these ABTs into any 4/2 and basically play this in Constructed. I think you have to change this card to maybe blue level clearance. That's back in. But that's crazy. That's super wild. Nick, how's it going, man? How you doing? Baza's saying that was a fun tournament, well with tricking out. Totally. Also, Grown Calf is in chat. Hey. Congrats, also Grown Calf. You playing Eternal tonight? I really don't think so. It's going to be hard to find an Eternal game. I don't know. People play a lot of different formats tonight, but there's not that many games, and there's a fair bit of other stuff I want to try. So I think we're just going to dodge over this deck list of the week and jump to what's probably going to be the deck list of the week next week, which is unfortunate because then it slides everything down. But at least there's a whole bunch of stuff that I wanted to test. I've been digging through Netrunner DB decks. We're seeing a lot of new decks being posted after Lower Econ in the UK, which was the UK pseudo-nationals, I suppose, and some other stuff. And this is the deck I wanted to try out a fair bit. So I think we're going to do this one and call it the deck list of the week. Yo, Tataki, how's it going? Still hard to understand 2 Tenon and only 2 Biotic? It's weird. I don't know. I'll be honest, obviously this deck did well and it won the tournament, but it is super strange to me. I would not think that this deck did that well. We saw one game in the top cut. I'm not going to spoil it. They got absolutely stomped, and having a handful of agendas where you have no way to filter them. Again, no Jackson Howard. You can Biotic out. We saw a lot of Andromeda in the top cut of the tournament, and Andromeda really can't stop fast advance, but they can siphon you, and this has no defense that counts siphon either. Mind you, also a lot of this ice, well, maybe not a lot, but FC3, Ichi, Surveyor, Eli, these all can be account siphoned through turn 1, which is kind of rough. Also, you want a lot of ice on a lot of central servers just to stop Temujin, but yeah, I don't know. Still, it's wild, and congrats to Lost Geek for making it work. So this is a deck I really wanted to try. Stomped. It was rough. Oh man, it was so rough that Andy had such a good open on that game. This is a deck list I saw, and it's just like a pretty standard Leela deck at a GNK as of recent in Antwerp. It came in first. But there's one specific card in here, and I think this is the card that we're going to be playing around a lot tonight. And I'm going to have to, like, it's okay to be wrong about stuff. I hope that's something people understand, but crowdfunding is a good card. Crowdfunding is definitely a very good card, and we're going to be playing a lot of it today. We're going to be playing it outside of blue as well, which is something I said. I remember for the last couple of weeks, people keep asking me like, hey, play crowdfunding in this, play crowdfunding in this. And I've always said as my answer to that is I don't think it's worth a 3 influence out of faction. And it looks like I'm being proven wrong. There's like a lot of really cool decks that did well at the UK Nationals 2 weekends ago, I think it is now, that were running like 3 crowdfunding in Valencia. And I really want to try that. Because it seems not only seems to be proven to be working really good, but it also seems pretty fun. And this is a Leela deck list that's running 3 crowdfunding, not a big deal, but there's some really other cool stuff going on here. Firstly, we have 1 copy of Hostage, which is now back in the System Core 2019, which is a big deal for criminals, and it's a big deal if you want to spend, you know, a bunch of influence on a single connection to tutor it off. And this reminds me of the old, if you've ever seen Josh Wilson's race to 42 or 420 wins in a row. I forget what it was back when he streamed, but he had this Leela Patel. He called it the 420 deck, and it was really fun to watch on stream. But you can hostage for Beth in Criminal, and it's really good. You can also hostage for Caddy Jones, and those are only 2 connections. But that's worth it. Like, turn 1 hostage for Beth, it pays for itself really quickly. You also do have Pad Tap, which got a whole bunch better. And I also haven't played Tycoon, which we're going to be playing tonight, and that's kind of exciting. But I think the really cool spice of this deck specifically is Prey. And Prey is an Apex card it's actually one of the only cards in the whole game, destruction card, that cares about the strength of ice. And if you're maybe newer to Netrunner, one of the strongest cards for a long time was Parasite. And Parasite had this interesting balance to it. Of course, this was a bit too strong, and there was a lot of issues with this card. Eventually got removed from the game, but Parasite could destroy ice, and it made people think about the strength of their ice when they put it into their deck. And right now it's not something you do that much. I guess you'd maybe consider around Atman if you're worried about Atman, or maybe you want to like fight Amakua, so you play high strength ice. But a lot of the how strong or how resistant an ice was to destruction was dependent on its strength, and that's largely gone from the game. And this is one of the only cards that's still in the game that cares about that. And specifically for 2 influence, an ice destruction card is not terrible. But the interesting clause about this card is you have to trash installed cards equal to the strength of that ice. And the cool thing about crowdfunding is that you can trash this, and it's not a bad trash because it comes back. And it can come back over and over again, so you can even consider recurring your praise over and over again, and you can start destroying ice. And I don't think this is maybe this thing is super cool is what I'm trying to say, and I'm really excited to try this, specifically in the meta. And you still see a lot of people are really upset about, not really upset, but they think it's insane, border control. And border control is a really strong card. It's proven to be. I don't think this card needs to be restricted just yet. It's proven to be strong for sure, and I think that's cool. But like, this is a card that criminals now maybe, or at least this deck, has an answer to, because you only trash 1 crowdfunding at the 1 strength ice, and you can destroy it. And that's actually really strong. So you don't have to deal with this. You can decide to destroy it. It's cool. I'm excited for it. They have a write-up. They talk about how you can target things like Kakugo, one of my least favorite cards. Cards like Endless EOLA, Tsurugi, Thimblerig, Enigma, and Border Control. All of these are low-strength ice that we're hoping to destroy with Prey, and that's really fun. Also, Dorm Computers come back in a large way, if it was ever there. That's really cool. DJ says Coda Marvelous was doing some wild crowdfunding ace-up stuff on his stream yesterday. Yeah, we saw that before. I think that's what I've seen most of when I see crowdfunding out of faction, is people playing it in pawn shop decks. And that, I'm not actually convinced it's that great, on the basis that those pawn shop decks generally don't want to run 3 clicks in a row, right? Like, it's hard for them to get those back. It's cool in Haley because you like install it for free for value, but like that's the sort of deck that you do like Proco, Pokro, double install it, make it run. Doesn't make that much sense to me, but I don't know. We're gonna be definitely trying it. Kinchin, how's it going? Happy Thursday. Thanks to you too. Infinite Jester, how's it going? Also net jogging. Hello. Warlander also, what's up? How's everyone doing? Nick says, I still feel that when Kaguga was designed, it was designed for a world in which Parasite exists. And that's exactly the biggest point, is that we've been seeing a lot of like ice that has really strong potent abilities that are hard to play around but have low strength. And classically, when Parasite was in the card pool, a card like this made more sense. It was like, hey, do you want to pay 4 credits for a pretty potent piece of ice that's going to be a constant terror when it has this like built-in, you know, like weakness to it? And we don't see that anymore. So maybe Prey can let us relive those Parasite dreams to some extent. Big Play says you missed the draw off the card. Off of the crowdfundings? Yeah, we won't get it, I suppose, but it's still pretty cool. Rain says criminal pawn shop decks like running thrice a turn. Yeah, I've also saw that Aesop's pawn shop in like a Liza tagless deck that's running like dorm computers and pawn shop and crowdfunding. It is really cool for sure. Haley triggers when installed at end of turn is fun. Yeah, that's super cool too. If you this can be installed. There's some really cool things about crowdfunding. You install it for free, so it actually, when you do the triple run, so it gets around scarcity resources, which is pretty rad. But also, yeah, if it installs at the end of turn, that is, I think when your turn ends, that's before hand size or after hand size. I have to look that part up, but Haley does trigger there, which is kind of cool. If you pawn it, you won't be able to do the trash and draw clause. Yeah, totally, Jim. That's when there are no credits left. So yeah, when you pawn it, the text is blank. I'm pretty sure. I think you import the Aesops to criminal rather than crowdfunding to Shaper. Yeah, exactly. I feel better about that too. And I think there's some really cool run engines or draw engines you can do. But hey, let's try this out. This is really cool. This deck is a blast. Leela's back. This is also like the cooler kind of Leela that I think a lot more people are okay with, which is a run heavy Leela. That's sort of like the sit back, I'm going to play gang sign Leela. I think a lot more people are a lot more interested with that. And still, Nanotech and Criminal, meant to be the best at killers, are paying one influencer that. It's kind of a shame. Let us pray. Kugu should have said when you break a subroutine instead of when you pass it. That would be really cool, right? I think that would be a big deal to make this a lot more palatable. Yeah, man, this card always gets me so much. This card just like incentivizes you not to run. We had a GNK on Monday and I totally forgot Fetal AI was in the card pool and I started accessing without money. But like, it's so easy to just put 3 of these on central servers. And then the best play is like click for credits and then only run when they advance things on a remote server. I'm worried that PE is getting really good right now. And like Mushin got a lot better because there's fewer exposed cards. It's not like people were playing Infiltration, but this thing is technically no longer around. But yeah, not an archetype I enjoy, let me tell you. Really don't care about this much, the Mushin stuff. After hand size on JNet's implementation, at least 2.2 discard, 2.4 when your turn ends. Okay, so that's still okay. That's still fine. Let's go. Apathy, how's it going? It's going well. It's going well. It's a good Thursday. It's almost the winter holidays for I have another week of work and then I'm off for, I think, 2 weeks in a bit. Not that work is miserable, but I'm excited to see my family and just like hang out and chill. Yeah. 15 games on tonight, but I think a bunch of these are private or maybe even broken. A lot of criminal going on. Oh, that's wild. If you're building later, any interest in building a corp? All I've seen lately is Mwanza garbage and I can't find a deck I like. Hey, Grown. I think we're going to be playing a lot of Runner today. I think I wanted to play this. I want to try crowdfunding in... I think Chris Dyer had a list of crowdfunding in Val that seems really fun. I think we're mostly going to be doing that. But I've heard Mwanza's everywhere. Oh, we have an opening hostage. Asmari. We have no currents, but Asmari is likely to play. Okay, let's talk Asmari here. Played a fair bit of Asmari lately because it's pretty good in the modern meta. We had 2 GNKs in a couple weeks. Hey. So one of the best things you can do against Asmari is play 2 of the same kind of card that they call the type of. So here we have an open. If they call event, we can play Sure Gamble into Hostage to get the most value. If they play Resource, we can do still Sure Gamble into Hostage into Pad Tap, and that's good too. And Pad Tap fires on the Asmari ability, so we install this first and then play event if they call event. If they play Scarcity, it's kind of rough, but then maybe we pressure R&D. The only multi-axis we have is R&D interface, so we're going to have to get a lot of singles this game. And we have a falsified to check remotes. And a lot of the times these decks run only 3-pointers, 6 3-pointers, and then like 2 copies of... we're going to keep this. 2 copies of Echo Chamber. Sometimes they're on Punitive, sometimes they're on hard-hitting news. It's hard to tell. All this APOC Andy Eternals, he gets 6 shock IG. Oh, I totally forgot that was a thing. Vacation's always good. Have your fill of eggnog. I'm not actually sure if I like eggnog that much. I'm not sure. Guess you're explaining stuff on stream, hence like, oh, totally. Excuse me. That's cool if the case. Whoops. So yeah, we have some options. I think having options is really good against Asmari. You don't want, giving them money is not the end of the world because they still need to like score on a remote server. If we're in Apocalypse deck, it's hard for them to keep us out, but we can do something. And I don't even think we're running diversion of funds. Oh no, good, we are. So we can pressure them if they don't ice HQ sometime in the future. Getting out an early Beth Kilrain Chang, turn 1 is the best. We actually might be right to get Caddy Jones here. It might be right. So they called event, which means we can play pad tap because pad tap will give us money and then we can play 2 events. Are we going for Caddy Jones or are we going for Beth? This is generally a Glacier matchup. I think we want to just play slow and go for Caddy. What do you think, chat? Don't care for eggnog, you already had your fill. Congrats. My fill eggnog is approximately 1 glass as a rum conveyance vehicle. I've never got into Bailey's or any of that stuff either. I think we're going to go Beth. Gronk, have you think Beth? I like the slow game against this. They're unlikely to play like Caesars or anything. Can you click Caddy Jones this turn? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, no. So then we'll go for Beth. So this gets us money. So we get another credit because they gain a credit. They probably want to trash this next turn. And we go for hostage for Beth. Install Beth. If we had Caddy, we couldn't hit her, but that's okay. Beth will draw you a card, which will give you a Caddy. I like that attitude. Oh, sound effects are on. Whoops. I goofed with the audio setup when we did the tournament because we had a Discord in really clumsily, so it's a bit bad. If they don't trash this, we're going to get a credit every turn. There you go. So, and there's the scarcity. We're going to get a credit off the top. And now we don't have to do that much. We can just slowly set up. They called event. They're going to play this for resource. Again, we have no currents. Oh, we have 3 employee strike. I should read the list. That's actually really good. In this matchup. So ideally, we want to play both of these. And what you're going to notice how I'm going to misplay this matchup is I'm going to let them res ice, which a lot of times we don't want to. If they're in an install double advance deck, it's actually really difficult because if they install double advance in a remote server, if we get something off R&D or HQ, we can always bounce the card. And they also might want to pre-res their shit. If we play an event, we want to play 2. So I think we'll do like special order for Amakua and Gamble in the same turn and then start running centrals. IP block is really bad because they probably have it and we have the other thing. All right, so no advances on the card. I would think it's either Echo Chamber, which is fine. They can pay 4 credits to score an agenda point. The other option is that it is Rashida, which would be really good for them right now because they'd get a bit of money so they could IPO at next turn, and they have very few cards in hand. It might not be wrong to face check here. New sound would be Trace 3 and the run. Knowing what the ice on HQ is probably better than bouncing it so that we can consider diversioning it. So let's just check HQ. Yo, Vincent, how's it going, man? The boy. So this is awkward for them. Hopefully it's like a data raven. We could always like charge off of that with the turning wheel. I don't know. Wheel is tricky, of course. Sometimes you don't want them to res just so that you can bounce it, but like they're not gonna be fast advancing. If they fast advance, it's better because you can punish the bounce. There's a new town, so we're gonna pay 3 credits. It has an end the run on it. That's okay. They're down to 6. If they fire Rashida, they're up to 9. So we can pay 3 here or 2 in a click. It's about, if we're clicking for a credit, it's the same. Ideally, we're doing better than clicking for credit. And we know that we need a nanotech to siphon this. So next turn, we could do Sure Gamble, Special Order Siphon. I don't think we have enough clicks. Maybe we don't play an event here because that gives them 2 credits. I don't want to, so if we do nanotech, so we play Special Order, install nanotech diversion, we can do that next turn. I just don't love that if we do that. That was clumsy. Okay, I guess we're playing a single event this turn. That sucks. Getting this down also isn't terrible. There's the Rashida Yahim. Draw 3 cards, take 2 credits. So now we want to put on HQ pressure. A lot of times this deck only has 6 agendas though, so it's not like they're going to be drawing 2 agendas. They're likely to only be drawing 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So far they've gone through 11 cards in their deck. It's only a 44 card deck, so 6 and 44, and they're protecting from the siphon really smart. So there you go. Could be another Rashida. Also could be defensive upgrades. I think for what it's worth, oh, it's back. For what it's worth, Data Raven plus what's his name? What is the name of that like sysop or the upgrade in an NBN? Keegan Lane? Actually, probably pretty good right now. Besides like dorm computer, there's not a lot of answers to it. I think we're just gonna go for the Amakua. Unfortunately, we can't. We're gonna make them ice archives. They probably have another piece of ice in their hand, but we'll give them 2 more credits. Just get some counters on here. We can start pressuring. I feel like maybe actually Caddy would be better. This isn't doing a lot, and having the threat for money is way more potent. We don't have that many breakers that we can straight up boost. Here we actually did run into, in theory, like hard-hitting news. And there is a defensive upgrade. Double prey, let's go. Who or what? Excuse me? So, not that worried about being a Beal. Likely another Rashida. Keegan killing Crowder, old school. It seems pretty good right now. Now, as soon as we run one of these, they can res them, obviously. And that would be an issue for us. Turning Wheel is our multi-access card besides R&D interface, so this is good. Obviously, we don't want to play into strike, and this is drawing us cards. We want extra clicks. Maybe giving them money so we have 5 clicks of train is actually right. And then we just play with they having 15, with them having 15. This lets us get through wraparound and IP block. Well, this breaks IP block for 3. It gives them 2 credits, though. Probably not the worst. We'll draw 1, I guess. Ooh, that's kind of cool. I don't want to pay for this now, though. Guess we're going to go down to 5 credits. Now we can't interact with them because hard-hitting news owns us. Oh my god, it's a prey deck. Yo, Patrick, how's it going? Sorry, I haven't reached out for you in a while. I don't have much of an update. I talked to my friend Matt. He hasn't sent anything yet. He was sick last week. How are you doing? So, could be Rashid in the remote, and they would overdraw pretty heavily, which isn't terrible. They might just want to ice so they can double ice everything, so we can't. Oh, fuck, it is a fast advance deck. So this is actually a really good counter to us, because they score Project Beal, so now we can bounce something, but then with... Oh, no, sorry, I thought that was the other one, with Arella Salvatore. So we're going to go ahead and bounce... I guess this, and they reinstall it. So they're actually like a straight-up fast advance deck, which is pretty wild. So inside job and everything gets through that. All right, 6 credits. Getting a tag from IP block would be pretty rough. Running archives isn't even that good. We get a credit on one of these, but no doubt they can res this ice and punish us. Running this might be better. I don't want to bounce the remote ice too much. I want to know what that is. So even if there's nothing in this remote, it'll be a successful run because there's ice on the server, so Paragon will fire, and technically we access the access step. So Emaku will get a counter. This might look weird, but it forces them to res for no reason, which is kind of cool. Rising HQ costs them a few to replace. Yeah, you're right, it would cost them a credit. Yeah, maybe that would be better. Yeah, they're thinking. We also want to find the low strength ice. There's not that much. They might be on pop-up window, which is trashes for free, which is kind of cool. IP block is too big. A lot of their ice is actually high strength. I think like Enigma might be the better. All right, so we got our Scry. We got our Amakua counter. Add nanotech to the bottom of the stack? No. Yeah. Just want to do this last click. I think we just want to power this thing up so we can... All right, this is fine. Okay. All right. All right. So this definitely fires. So this is Fairchild 3.0. So that card is back. I don't recognize this to be in the meta that well. That's 3 influence. Kind of dumb that Emaku gets a counter for an empty access. I think it's cool. I don't mind it. It was something that was changed though after it was released. So this definitely all fires. So we can lose 3 credits, which would be actually pretty bad. I think it might trash our Tycoon. We need this for IP block. But like, I don't want to go down to 1 credit. Fuck it. What's the chance we need that? Drinks. Happy Thursday. Hey, Maui Chris. How you doing? Oh, we lost the turning wheel. That's fine. So, we get an Amakua counter. Joke's on them. We actually can, in theory, like diversion of funds here. Unfortunately, this is they can probably res this and just duck it. We could go here. The chance of this being over 3 credits to res, so that would be either another new sound, which would be fine, or it would be IP block, which would be kind of bad. We'll try it. If we had an SSL here, it's kind of bad. It turns this off, which is okay. That's a resistor. Oh, fuck yeah. That's 0. That's perfect. That's a really good prey target. It's fine that we lost our thing. So we're going to go just jack out. We're going to go pray this. We might actually not have wanted to do this right away. I regret it almost immediately because now they have a turn to repair the damage. They might not have expected this. So this says trash equal number of cards to the strength. The strength is 0, so we trash 0 cards. So this just like straight up eats it. Yeah, we should have not done that turn. This axis isn't that good. Oh, fuck. That axis was really good. Holy shit, that axis was amazing. Never mind. Woo! Turn the current off, bounce an ice Q ice. So now they have 2 problems because if they ice this up and just click for credits, we just doof them. Now, we might get hard-hitting news here, but I think we'll just doof them no matter what. All right. All planned. Syncopate. How's it going? Would stay and watch stream. Gotta go pick up my girlfriend. See you. Hey, thanks for dropping by, Patrick. All right, so they likely can't res that. We're getting hard-hitting news here. That's probably okay. We don't need to clear the tags right now. Like, there's not that much we have to fear. Psychographics isn't that big of an issue. They could be booming us. We have seen a fair bit of influence, though. This might look like more like Glacier, and they might have closed accounts and exchange. This probably means they're on exchange. So we can't boost that. We have no good way of clearing the tags. But there's a chance that like we played diversion of funds so they gain 2 credits so we can take their money. Oh, they named program. Fuck. They could res this if it's a new sound. Well, we just gotta kind of put pressure on. Yeah, doofed. If they played event, we would have doofed them and we got money. So here we can get a Paragon. Oh, we know that we should have drawn first because we know the top is nanotech. We're fucking up here. In theory, we don't actually need this anymore. Endless Eula, that's another really good prey target. We pay 6 credits and trash it. But we should have 100% drawn first because we saw the same card. That's definitely a fuck up. Oh, that's really good too. We can call event and then trash any like punishment they have and also get a huge credit swing. We only have to pay 1 credit here because there's no end the run subroutine. We actually could consider to take more tags, but I think it's probably not good. So we'll call event here. Or operation, excuse me. And we have Fairchild 3 and Data Raven. Oh, that's so rough. Oh no, fuck. Okay, so they have 3 ice that they can't afford. I don't know why they called program. Oh, that could have been so good. How many embezzles do we have? 1? Ah, fuck. There's a small chance we die. A single 5 influence Wayland card, we died. But there's no way we would call ice there, right? Like, we did bounce 1 ice, actually. Maybe that's a reason to consider it. But now we know 3 of their 6 cards is ice. I don't think they purge here because R&D is open. We can just keep going. Finding a crowdfunding would be good. Crowdfunding is actually a really cool resource when they're tagged because it's not worth trashing a lot of the time. And it can come back if they do. So we'll see. I think hitting this was worse for them than us. Because we know we can always run first click and this remote is never secure. So we're going to do double credit. Trashing Beth. Playing for the slow game, that's fine. So they're still 2 credits, so they probably can't res this. We haven't seen a restricted card yet, so they could be on food. They did throw out 1 card as well. We do have to watch our resistor now is 4 strength, which is a bit more obnoxious. Because it is one of the better tag me ice, and we have no link, so... Huh. Who knows? Top of stack is unknown. They didn't res this last turn. All their ice is really expensive. Data Raven is now dead. Sure gamble to the bottom of stack? No, it's pretty good. It's a toll booth. Other expensive ice they can't res. We definitely want to draw. We could take gain 2. We could also run archetypes, but I don't think it's going anywhere. I think we'll just gain 2. I think we're gonna embezzle them next turn. That's the kind of the issue. Twitch may just have died. Oh shit, really? How so? I don't know. Is it good? We're still here? Okay, cool. Yeah, Jim, I think it's okay. Oh, I didn't end my turn. Discard to 4 cards. Oh, right, I have brain damage. It's a shame that this one's going. We've seen really good uses for this. We've seen really good uses for this. I think we're actually throwing out the gamble. Because we've seen 2 endless ULAs, I think. It's weird to throw this out. That's very suspicious. And I really hope that we get the credits. What do they call this turn? They call program. I don't know why they keep calling program. We could consider doofing them. I actually like the doof here. It's not a full value doof, but it's a pretty big doof, and it's likely that this costs 4 to res. So we'll doof them here. They keep saying program. I don't know why. Are they scared of equivocation? Did you just throw a gamble? I did. I say, chat, we're just gonna say fuck it and take the tag, right? Actually, nah. We only lose so bad to Psycho because they're on Beal. They're probably on Psycho. No. Oh, that's probably why, because of bankroll. So they call program. This will be really good for us, but we can still play it so we get more doof money. Oh, that's not right. I fucked up. Keep gamble on top just to throw it out. Yeah, right? I didn't realize we're on 4 brain damage. That was a misplay. Trash 1 NGO front. Okay, we'll go again. SSL. Oh, fuck. Okay, we give him money. Obviously, this is okay for us. This seems the most obnoxious. This is gonna give them 3 credits, so we can have another nice doof setup. But they can always credit up so they can get they can duck the diversion. I think they call him program because they know that doof will give you the money. Yeah, maybe. There's a chance. So they're on 4 again. Yeah, they could duck this. They could easily duck this. Let's see what they call now. Event. Okay, cool. So we definitely draw 1. We could doof now. They could res this. I'm pretty sure that this is a Data Raven, which is a fine if they res it. Like, we'll... Oh, fuck. We gave them the money. Okay, it's okay. Shit. We knew they had that, didn't we? Do we want to pay 1 for an access? No, we'll just jack out. They're at 0. This is fine. Maybe we run this first so we know if we can bounce it, but they had money. Oh, no. That's really good. Another fair chat. All right. Oh, man. This is fine. They have so much money from this SSL, but technically we're on game point if they don't shuffle this. Like, they probably have an SSL. Also, if they're on SSL, they're not on food. So do they just not have enough influence? Or are they on Surveyor? Okay, so we've seen all 3 Fairchilds, so I'm going to just face check. They call program. Fuck it, run both of these. Do we know the top card here? Yeah, we do. It's R&D interface. This is a fuck up. God, we're playing so messy. We're seeing the same card again. This is definitely not good. What are we doing? Yeah, there you go. So that's why. That's a Surveyor. Great. I think they'll now consider purging. Yikes. Oh man, we were playing so terribly. Fuck. Good evening. What deck are we running? Custom? How's it going, Buffalo? This is actually Let Us Pray, which came first out of G&K in Antwerp. It's running 2 copies of Prey. All right. So they have 8 credits. We're down to 1. They were at so few credits. That's actually a good play, right? Because this is the one server that we know we can run. We wanted Dirty Laundry for sure, so I think we're just going to take credits in Dirty Laundry R&D. This is probably the Surveyor. We also know they're on I think 2 Eulas and a Raven. think the Raven is trash though. And we haven't been punished so far. We could consider praying this, like, maybe that's right at some point. Pray the Enigma, I think it might be right, but we need to find some crowdfundings or something. I'll give him 2 credits. So we only pay, if we run last click, we only pay for 1 subroutine because we can't lose a click. Paragon, add bankroll to the bottom of the stack. I think we actually want to. No, let's go with pray. Yeah, we'll add it to the bottom. We need something else. It's a scarcity, that's fine. They can draw that. If you add to the bottom of the stack, you don't need to draw. And then this is better. Okay, now they've gone for the purge, which is an issue for us. Obviously, getting into servers might be a problem. We have 1 copy of Amina, which is way too expensive to ever install. We might want to actually poke this. I don't know what it could be. I guess we're going to find out. And there's 3 cards in here. It'd be nice to know what they are. I think one of them is a Raven. Okay, so this actually, we could just take the tag, which would be way better. So we're just going to take the tag. Again, this is really rough if they're on Psycho. But this lets us get into Turtle's strength. Add Paragon, employee strike to bottom of the stack. No. We don't want to play strike though because of the new sound. So we'll add it to the bottom. Now they really need to ice this up because we're going to R&D lock them. Exchange of information. That's an issue. Project Beal. Okay. Whew. So they can put themselves on to 3 points and us down to 4 if they also shuffle the 15 minutes. That's likely what they're going to do. We still win off of a single agenda, but I think they definitely need to play the exchange, which is good that they're doing it now and not when we lose. And they definitely want to shuffle this off because we're on 6 agenda points. So that's really bad. Obviously, that's one of the cards that we lose to, but at least we found the 15 minutes and not them. And I think they're going to do shuffle exchange all here. There, that's fine. Living the tag life. Tag life is fine. So we're down to 5. I think we're going to be down to 4 really soon. Not even. Oh, shit. Not even. So they have the exchange. I don't think they feel like they need to play it until they're going to win. We could run here to get an Amakua counter. So what do we know? We know that this is likely Endless Eula, which is okay if they res it. Right? They want to wait for 15 minutes? That might be true. There's also a small chance they're on Quantum Kitty. We'd have to actually know because they're on 18. It's unlikely, right? Like 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. It's not impossible. They could be on Quantum Kitty. They might wait for that. Okay, so we can run here, click through this. It would give us a credit, 2 credits, and an Amakua counter, which isn't the worst. If we run here, they can res it, and I'm pretty sure that this is the 6 cost thing, which actually we want them to res the 6 cost Endless Eula. If we're running this, we're running it first click though, right? I think we run this in balance. If they res the Eula, we pray it, and then we feel really good. If this is the Fairchild, it's like pretty bad. We click through it, pay 1 credit, C2. Yeah, so this is actually not that great. Because we can always just click through this and then pay 1 credit. Corey, what's up? I've been watching a lot of MTG Arena streams lately. We need to make a cool overlay that lets you mouse over cards. Yeah, right? That's a huge deal, and that's a problem. It's like I don't spend enough time doing this if you don't know the cards. Hearthstone has it too in the Innkeeper. Add Turning Wheel to the bottom stack. We're tagged. It's not very good. Endless Eula, that's another one. Hedge Fund. That's rough. Okay, Amina deals with this really well too, for what it's worth, if we do ever find it, and we can always destroy all our installed cards +1 to trash it. So we know the next card's Hedge Fund, so I don't want to run R&D. I think actually we run this. Like, I don't mind running this. I don't know what it could be. Like, we've seen one Rashida. It's likely Rashida. I'll run this and click through it. It still gives us 2 credits, and it lets us scry our deck. It's actually pretty fine. No. Yeah, we can't trash that. Oh, what did I do? Oh, I did the wrong one. We'll definitely pay to trash that. Remove credits instead of clicks, found it. Thank you. For what it's worth, also, this is really good because this card plays single-handedly plays around closed accounts. Like, they could close our accounts as long as we offshore money on bankroll and not pop it until it's desperate. Like, closed accounts isn't a really good counterplay to us. And this card does really good against Tag Me criminal decks that want to go all in. Oh, fuck. Is that the 15? That's just an NGO, right? Looks like that's an NGO. If we don't trash it, we get an Amakua counter, which seems pretty good. It also could be a quantum predictive model. I'm more worried about the quantum predictive model. I don't think I want to touch it. There's 2 cards on R&D. I think we run R&D here. Probably mill the crowdfunding. Well, maybe we'll draw next turn when we don't have anything to do. Small chance we win here. Preemptive, that shuffles. There's 1 unknown in archives. And IPO. Okay. Single event seems like not like that big of a deal. No, it's probably not. It's probably an NGO front, or there's a small chance it's the low effort quantum predictive model, which we'd rather have them score out manually. And it probably isn't an NGO front, because if it is an NGO front, you 100% res it there, because there's a chance we find an agenda and then we bounce it, which would be really bad for them. So I think it's actually a quantum predictive model. And very worth knowing, they drew a card there, which means that the top of R&D is clear. So we're just going to continue to do this over and over again. And I don't know why they're not playing Endless ULA there. Yeah, we win. Nice. Good game. I guess it could be market research. I don't think that's not in the card pool anymore. I don't know why they didn't put like an Endless ULA on there. What was in the remote? Quantum? I don't know why they didn't put an Endless here. Like, we knew that they've gone through 2 of them and it actually stops at everything. Oh, there's another one. Kitty, nice. Yeah, so it was a Quantum. So we called that right. The fact that they didn't pre-res it means that it wasn't NGO front. Otherwise, they would be misplaying because Leela could bounce it and it'll waste most of their turn and credits. So yeah, we don't want to run through that just to find a quantum kitty, which we give to them so they can exchange for information. That would put them on game point at 5, and that's really bad. I'm really happy we actually managed to pray that game, and it was like a pretty good pray, because if we didn't pray that that turn, and we said maybe we wanted to pray a different turn, it turned out working. It worked out that well. It worked out well that way because we already interacted with them, so we risked the hard-hitting news, and we prayed the resistor before we took on 6 tags, which is actually like incredibly important. Yeah, going to have a hard time once you do. That worked out. Let's try another one of that. Once they purge, it'd be really bad for us. Like, we need our Amina. Luckily, all the barriers we saw in their deck, we could trace our way through. Endless ULA also doesn't need a breaker, which is really good. So a lot of their barriers we could deal with without Tycoon. Yeah, totally. Had it. Yep. Be so juicy. So that actually kind of worked out. Pad Tap, I don't know. Like, so Pad Tap, a lot of people, it's another card that a lot of people like more than I do. And I'm not the biggest fan of Pad Tap. I guess it's cool that they spend 3 credits to trash this. Like, it's kind of like a mini account siphon that you got no money. Like, we gained 1 credit, they lost 3 in a click. We also spent a click on it. So, you know, not the worst. It's also 0 cost install, so in matchups where it doesn't seem that important, it fuels your prey, which is really cool considering the deck. Waka Wolf, how's it going? Wait, prey and funding? I might bring the null deck back. Whoa. Yeah, it seems really cool, right? We're playing this one, Let Us Pray. It came first in Antwerp. And exactly, crowdfunding and criminal plus prey. It's actually really good. And in that deck, there was like a fair bit of 0 cost dice that was actually really nice to pray. Let's do another one. Didn't Nisei change the rules for Pad Tap? I seem to remember them saying they would, but I don't remember. They did. They did when they released all their new formatting and stuff. Like a couple days after Netrunner officially was no longer distributed. So yeah, it's been like that for I think a month now. It's a really big deal, Corey. It works the way that you'd think it would. Ooh, Acme, that's really scary. This opening hands is, man, opening hostage every game. Best of luck. Have fun. So Acme is actually a really big deal. I've been playing this at GNKs for the last couple weeks. This ID revolves entirely around a universal connectivity fee and is super weak to employee strike, which is something we actually do have, which is pretty sweet. Universal connectivity fee will take all your money away when you interact with it when you're tagged, which is a problem. Hopefully we can offshore some money on Caddy Jones. Hopefully we can offshore some money onto Bankroll. So this is pretty good. And this actually might be an opening where we hostage Caddy. It might be better than Beth. Yo, Adish, how you doing? How's your knee? If you haven't seen Acme Consulting, it's from Rain and Reverie, the newest NBN ability. You're considered to be tagged when you're encountering the outermost piece of ice on the server. So that generally interacts with like, oh, fuck me. That generally interacts with like 4 to 6 ice. Universal connectivity fee is a big deal. Otherwise, you have IP block, data ward. Those are mostly the ones that see play. I might be missing one. That's largely it. And then they're likely playing Newshound if they're playing this. They're probably playing Data Raven because it helps with their ice. And that's probably it. I don't like this opening scarcity resources when they're not icing any server. This deck likely is running a lot of 3-pointers, so agenda density isn't that big, but like we could siphon them turn 1 very easily right here. And also this is the card that they want to keep because Criminal is the one faction that's the most likely to play Employee Strike. And if we play Employee Strike, their ice suite sucks. So this is actually kind of rough. I think we're actually going to go aggro and start face checking stuff. I want to find out what's in HQ. UCF is the reason I play Pack Crypsis in my freedom. Yeah, I think you really need a way to deal with it if you're not playing Strike. So C-Source, that's actually really scary. I think we're going to go for full value and CRD. Hopefully we can turn this off, so because neither of these are particularly good. Archangel. Not a particularly good bounce here. They pay 3, we pay 2. Thoth can be a bit of pain. That's true. Thoth can be a pain. And also there's that other one that came out. I think it has the name of a snake. No, it's not a snake. There's another big one. The 10 cost one that you get 5 back. Those are things that I don't put on my deck, so I'm not going to play around them. They actually paid 3 credits of Force and Archangel to bounce this for 2? That's wild. So they're paying 3 to make us lose, I guess, sort of 3, but they're on 2 credits now. Okay. I guess this half their deck is half their agenda suite might be what's it called? And this kind of encourages it. Half their deck might be Degree Mill, so this is why Archangel seems kind of cool in the deck. But yeah, I don't know if you want to do that when you have no ice. They also threw out a card. Hydra, yeah, thank you. I love Tycoon because most popular berries can be clicked, traced, or low enough strength for turtle to easily be broken. Yeah, it seems really good. And okay, so this is probably like a Coyotes variant, so it's likely that they might be on economic warfare. They're probably on consulting visit, but high profile target means they're definitely on hard hitting news, and the credit differential is really good for us. Next turn, we just put this down and keep rolling on them. Hopefully we find a Paragon or other things that roll. And we know in HQ there's a 1 in 5 or 1 in 6 right now of an Archangel, which they can't really afford. Again, opening diversion of funds would have been so rough for them that why they're C-sourcing us. What's happening? Value C-source. Okay, so it's gonna be really hard to predict how they're playing because I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're newer to the game, but they just did value C-source, which is not very good. They spent a card and 2 credits, and we lost 3. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Bankroll is not bad versus USTF. Yeah, exactly. Bankroll and Caddy Jones are both very good against UCF. They also drew last click, which is something you don't want to do. There's a chance they drew an agenda, and then they might want to ice this up. I think we're just going to put this down and roll. I think we'll draw once. There's not much we actually want to draw into here besides like 1 in 20 of hitting our Paragon. Whatever, I'll do it. We'll just hit 2 shots here. We know 2 cards in here. Actually, I think we only know... Yeah, we only know 2 cards. So there's that one that we talked about. We can always pop this before. Unlikely they're able to res this. Could actually just be their Archangel. Maybe they didn't have an ice for HQ, so they couldn't. Seemed to be more value for you. Yeah, it's really hard to make money when you're at 0. And it's another Archangel, which is a really bad draw for them. This is rough. Okay, so they have 2 Archangels in their deck. Shazner, how's it going? It's going well. Happy Thursday. Or maybe even Friday, depending on where you are. It can't be Wednesday. So, like, what's their play here? Click for 3? This is okay. Grown, we know we don't have a Masanori. No, we just have Caddy, and it's wild. Like this, I think this hostage is still fine with only 2 connections. That's how good Caddy and Beth are. Mind you, Caddy is a lot worse now, considering that we know that they're on 2 copies of Archangel. So I think we're just gonna keep slamming. At 3 credits, they could res this, and News Hound would be kind of awkward because we might be in hard-hitting news territory. I think we might just drop for a diversion. Like it's a 1 in 13 of diversion. Diversion HQ would be really, really bad for them. We might want to wait a turn. And Archangel's like what, 4 to res? Yeah, so there's a small chance that they can't res this. I'll draw first. Yeah, we'll definitely play that first. This could be a universal connectivity fee for what it's worth, and we do have to respect that. So we want to find our Amakua ASAP. Oh, fuck, we're good at this game. I guess we'll check archives. This plays into economic warfare poorly. I just want to see what they're throwing out. Jellyhead, what's up? I was talking to Nekatos earlier, answering questions. They seemed very new. Be kind. Oh, perfect. All right, so they threw out a preemptive early, and they threw out a high-profile target. Now, this is a 5 influence card that is generally their win condition. So what does that mean? I think we saw, like, what, 2 or 3 of the cards they drawn? I think we saw this and 2 Archangels, which I'm pretty sure one of them's here. So are they drawing agendas? I don't know. Okay, but now they have money, so interacting with them is a bit scarier. And the Archangel's actually really good against Amakua. I still think we'd come out on top. This will be bad for them. This lets us play slow. Okay, well, they're not going anywhere fast, so we can actually like play the slow game. Like we could just crack strike, which means we can check UCF. And then if we crack strike, I think we might just want to like hostage. I don't want to hostage Caddy into Archangel. That's like really rough. Hostage Beth is probably fine. Yeah, I like hostage Beth. This will give us a card draw we really need. TGTBT has rotated, yeah. I missed that card specifically with Acme. I'm surprised that TGTBT rotated, considering it's like the sort of NBN gotcha trap thing rotated entirely with System Core. There's no more like, ooh, Icing Archives. There's no more of that. There's no more Bernice Mai. So like the tags are, you kind of see them coming. All right, so they iced up everything. So now we can just play control. If they are scoring, ooh, double ice too. If they plan to score in a remote anytime soon, it's going to take them a lot of ice and a lot of money. They don't really have a lot of fast advance options. We could start poking. It seems like a game where we can just get ominous and crowdfundings down. Beth gave us a credit. Good, Beth. We don't really have to do much here. They still have a lot of work to do. It's good that they iced up HQ, but like on average, the ice cost we saw is 4 credits and they're on 8. I think we saw an IPO at some point, no? Oh, there you go. You know what? Draw last click again. Something that's worth calling out because it's actually one of the best things you can do. If you stop drawing last click and plan your turn out before you do something, you immediately get a lot better Netrunner. Now, I honestly don't mind. I like, with Leela, I don't mind when they res ice on these sort of servers, on remote servers. On Centrals, it's a lot better because there's like stronger central pressure cards. There's not that many remote pressure cards, so I think we actually want to run this. If they res it, they spend money. We have this up, so like IP block we can get through. UCF is not an issue. Data ward isn't that bad. We pay 3 credits. There's the UCF, so this just says lose a credit because we're not tagged because employee strike is up. Otherwise, this card just like wins games because you lose all your money and then you get hard-hitting news to shit. Otherwise, it just says lose a credit. And it's also really awkward that this is on the innermost because as soon as they ice up the server even further, this does nothing. This is generally a surprise. I don't think you'd want to res that. I'm really enjoying Acme, mind you, but this is such a big issue. Explodapalooza is underwhelming in System Core only. TGTP always has to be played around. Yeah, I like that a lot. We'll trash Rashida. Seems good. We still have more money than them. This server only costs us 1 credit to get through nice, which is pretty sweet. We also have Falsified, which is great. If we get the turtle down, it's even better. And we could consider like turtle countering running this, because running this is actually free with this. But I think we just want to make sure we have enough money that we never get hard-hitting newsed. Because that's technically a way to lose, but the stack usually runs like 2 high-profile target, 1 consulting visit, but this deck also has Archangels in it, so it's probably not the exact list I was playing, which I did find online. So this might be 2 credits. Oh, there's the IPO. So they're back up into the money. We're almost at getting the 5 clicks a turn or 6 clicks a turn. We got a lot of Aminas. They don't really have to go anywhere. And next turn, we're probably going to be drawing 2 cards. Maybe we'll actually get a credit. And again, Archangel is a piss off against Criminal. They have no real good way to deal with it. Besides Amina, which actually deals with it pretty poorly. It's like really bad. Fuck. It's 6 to break Archangel. It's the same as the Trace. I don't even know what we're drawing into here. No, that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't have a lot of triggers in this deck. It's generally basically 2 IPOs, maybe 3 IPOs, 3 Rashidas, 3 NGO fronts, and 3 hedge funds. We also have to watch out for reversed accounts, which does find its way into these decks. And we'll just make sure we keep our money up. It's 4 to break Archangel with Amina. The Corp loses 1. Isn't Archangel 6 strength or is it 5? Maybe it's Trace 6, strength 5. I forget. So now this is on the innermost, so even Employee Strike doesn't matter. Unless this is another one. Which, well, I guess that's not that great either. Is Red Herrings in System Core? Yes, it is. It's 6. I think Amina is 6. Amina is 3 strength. Oh, plus 3. Yeah, you're right. Okay, 4 is actually really good. Yeah. Thank you, Rob. All right, so we can expose that. We can also just like straight up inside job it. Again, I think they're on mostly 5/3s. I want to expose it when they advance a card. I think we can just like inside job this. We can also just like run it. We need to get a card out of our hand. We'll just inside job this. If we make 3 runs, we get a single crowdfunding back, which is actually really good with bankroll. Yo, Janktivist, how's it going? Happy Thursday. This is the Prelila deck. It is. It very much is. So, not the best inside job. I think we're going to trash Rashida here. Maybe a reversed accounts. And then they'll have more money than us. We can always pop this before we worry the hard-hitting news. Oh, shit. Okay. What do we want to do here? The good play would be to doof them. And a lot of their ice is actually really porous. Like Archangel, we can doof through. Data Raven, we can't easily, but we can doof through IP Block with Strike Up. We can doof through UCF with Strike Up. I think we might just want to go ahead and doof them. They're going to have the huge credit advantage, though. This will give them 3 next turn, so this hopefully lands. And even if they res an Archangel, like, we could pop this if we really care. I think this is technically still the best target. Yeah, it's an Archangel. Okay, so do we pop this? No, I think we just trace it. We can pop this after. You say R&D? I really like the diversions here. Like, we have no R&D pressure cards. I'd rather just go on HQ. Think you've got to pay for UCF? Hey, what's up, squads? Squogflugel, how's it going? We didn't because we played Inside Job, and Inside Job says bypass the first piece of ice you encountered. So we approached this one, and because they didn't res it, we this is the first ice we encountered. So we actually don't have to pay for it because we Inside Jobbed it. Guess we're paying 6 for this. Derp, that's all good. It's important to know. That's why Inside Job is in a lot of ways superior, not always, but in a lot of ways superior to spearfishing, because it gets through a lot of shit. You see, now we can run R&D. And if we run R&D here, we actually get our crowdfunding back, if I'm not mistaken, which seems pretty good. Squogflugel, though, you know, like, I fuck up regularly, so like calling that shit out's important. So if this run is successful, we can reinstall this. We can reinstall our crowdfunding, which is 3 more cards, 3 more credits in a card. And it looks like we're going to get it, and another credit, and another access. It's a reversed accounts, so there's the one. This is actually really scary because they're on hard-hitting news. We'll trash it. Reinstall crowdfunding. And if they ever like play some huge burst econ card, which I don't expect them to play, we can pop this and have more money than them. Oh, an SSL endorsement gives us pad tab money. Totally forgot. That's actually really valuable. I'm feeling this deck. I played a bouncy NBN deck out of Making News with Aryabhata and Door to Door. It felt a bit short of being tournament worthy. You know, Wacko, that sort of archetype actually classically was doing really well at tournaments, as much as it was like a niche archetype that a lot of people didn't have fun playing around because it is a prison. But like, search up on Netrunner DB if you want to see a deck list. Look up the word Coyotes, and that's the archetype that this is played. It did really well in Europe specifically. I think it's really fun. It has a lot of like cool pressure cards, a lot of like good remote plays, a lot of It's just like a ton of fun. Zero, how's it going? Welcome. All right, so they installed Drew. Again, we've been told that Nikatos is a newer player. One of the best things you can do. It's like the easiest way to improve your Netrunner game. Plan your turn. And if their turn was, I'm going to ice HQ and then draw, you always want to draw first, so you put the better piece of ice on HQ. Or you have more choices, of course. Again, we're not pressured to do much. Beth gave us a credit. This is going to give us 2 more credits as pet taps. Just doing work. I think we might just want to get our Amakua down. The only problem is IP block. We can always like replace our IP block. So they had 3 credits last turn and they didn't res this. We know there's another Archangel somewhere. It actually is likely to be here. And I don't want that to be resed. So I guess we'll just draw. We actually could just slam this. I want a Paragon really bad. That's actually really important. I think we're just going to install this and click for 2. Whatever, it's good enough. Yeah, Rob, we're running 1 dorm computer. Just one of, if we find it, we find it. This card is really good. This says avoid all tags for the remainder of the run. Does that work with Acme? I don't think it does, because this says you're considered tagged. So it's not a tag you can avoid. And whenever you see this is actually really good for us, because it means that they pay 2 credits to install this. If we install a turtle and then play falsified, we get a counter on it, which is pretty sweet. I think we're going to do that. So we're going to expose this. So far, we've seen no NGO fronts. We've seen a single reversed accounts. I want to call Acid here, I guess. It's an NGO front. So we got an exposed. We got 4 credits. We know this is an NGO front, so no pressure. If we do access an agenda, we could balance it, which would be pretty good. But again, no real rush here. We want to get this going. Maybe we just run archives here again. And the worst case scenarios is IP block, because it gives us a tag, because we have an AI installed, but we can always clear the tag manually. This is new sound. Trace 3 end the run. So we're just gonna pay 3 credits. It's about the same as clearing the tag. Got it in 1, Andre. Still tagged. Yeah, you definitely are still tagged, because you don't. That's not a tag you avoid. You're considered tagged. You don't actually take the tag. For what it's worth, JNet does it really elegantly. They say 0+1 tags. All right, they boosted the trace, so now taking the tag isn't terrible. Taking the tag isn't the worst. I think we're actually not going to take the tag, just so that we can run archives last click. IP block is 2 to res, but they didn't res it last turn, so this is pretty low risk. We see 2 cards. Yeah, cool. I don't mind if they have ice that's res in archives. Ice res in R&D is pretty bad. Like here, okay, here we know this is an NGO front. One of the best things you can do against criminal, pre-res it after that, right? Because if we find an agenda here, we bounce that, or we can bounce this ice. I think we'd bounce that, it'd be better. And also we could falsify it again if we wanted to. That's a data ward with employee strike is really bad, unless they get it behind a data raven, and that's a data raven. So they do have that server, but that's like an 11 credit server. Why jack out on the run on archives? It hasn't ended the run because there's a current up and we can't break it. We only have 2 on our Amakua now. Yeah. Yep, they should pre-res this 100%. So scarcity is coming down. That's scary. It's not that scary because UCF is on, but now data ward is obnoxious. So that's a problem. Formerly they had 2 credits, but they could have res this and then res this ice. So actually maybe that was wrong. They could have got a big ice res up here because we knew that was an NGO friend, so maybe not. We're going to draw next turn. We're at the point where we can start like trashing things. I think we definitely want to find another strike, because strike is so good in this matchup. And this is their second current. They might be running 1 copy of preemptive, but if we can keep a current on the rest of the game, it's really good. Jellyhead says, I really like the wording of Acme. There's no real play around it except employee strike, so it doesn't fall apart to chess or dorm computer. Yeah, you're right. And that's totally important. And also makes it not like insane against other stuff like Keegan Lane. It would be broken with Keegan Lane. So they're spending 8 to increase it to 12. Oh, fuck. Well, they go down to 0. We just clear the tags next turn. So we'll just take that. We'll just take it. So they're going down to 0, which is pretty bad for them. Plays around Beth really good. In theory, we could like pop this, but I actually like, this is really good for us because they're now at 0. And it's really hard for Corpse to get back. For us, we just start running. We can always pop this for 8 credits. So we're just going to manually clear the tags. There's no like zealous judge we have to respect because there's no assets, let alone they have no money. We're just going to do remove 4 tags and call it a day. I still think an Axis and Float 1. This deck does run closed accounts every once in a while. I don't think we're in a rush. Like, they went down to 0, so like I can play the slow game and clear all the tags. But if we wanted to be more aggressive, Rob, yeah, we could have cheated an Axis there. I like it next turn that we install our Paragon and say 2 new cards on R&D, because I think they didn't draw last turn, so we knew one of the cards regardless. All right, they gained 3. Okay, so we can put Paragon, run R&D. If they res something, we can always like pop this. But they didn't res this before when they had 3 credits. IP block would be annoying here again, like all other times. We're going to see 2 cards off the top, which is huge. Crowdfunding the bottom of the stack? No. New sound. Hedge fund. Okay. Now, if we run 2 more times, okay, this is the part that that like crowdfunding is interesting. If we run twice more, we gain 2 more credits, 2 more Amaku counters, and we get a crowdfunding back. I think that's actually worth it. The only problem is it's like really scary to run last click if they like bait us into an IP block or some shit. So this might be wrong. Like the IP block here would be not that big of a blowout, I guess, because we have some money offshored. Maybe actually floating the single tag isn't terrible. Of course, we're seeing the same cards, but we want to get this to 6th rank so we can start running HQ and stuff like that. And this will get the crowdfunding back. Again, okay, so it's not an IP block. We don't get hard punished. And this is just to get, we got 3 credits from this. We got a credit from that. Install crowdfunding. Let's go. And I think they have a new sound on top, which now we have the counters to break. It's going to cost 2 to get through. And we want to draw before we run because we know the next card. I'm pretty sure this is the other Archangel. Oh, if they have more money than us, we can always pop this to clear the tag if they hard hitting us, news us again. I'm going to draw once. We do want another counter on Amakua, so if we do hit Archangel, it's not that bad. I'd actually be interested in running this remote server. But I think we're just going to run archives. Pay 2. Okay, we just have to always make sure we have 2 on here on the Amakua, so if we hit Universal Connectivity Fee, it isn't gross. And on their turn, they drew a card, so the top 2 cards of R&D are actually unknown. Inside Job to bottom of stack. No, that's actually really good. It deals with Data Raven. It deals with a lot of stuff. And they threw out a new sound that was on the top of their deck. And they threw out an attitude adjustment, which either means that they're not flooded. It's weird that they wouldn't keep this. This is a really good ice. It's really well costed. Now we'll run R&D. If they res the Archangel, we break it for 1 credit. Apparently, they don't even. What's your streaming schedule over Christmas? Are you taking much time off? Yeah, actually, we're going to be taking like 2 weeks off just because I'm not going to be in the province. So I'm going to be taking off. I think we'll be back first week of January. So maybe it's only 1 week, actually. So these are 2 new cards. High Profile Target, that's the second one in the deck. We got to make sure we have more money than them. And Data Raven, which is a really annoying piece of ice. It's good that we have Inside Job. They could hard hitting news us. We can always pop this and clear the tags. Let's be a bit greedy. We've already seen one. Oh, we just played that through fucking shit through scarcity. That's a really fuck up. We can always just like throw this out and install it for free at the end of our turn, but we just paid 3 for that. That's 100% wrong. We gain pad tap money. We can always just pop this. We paid 2 for this. Sorry, that's not great. Pay 2 to get 3. Toll Booth, some other big one. It could be. Definitely could be. We don't know what this is. Again, I think they're only on 5/3s and then generally 1 quantum predictive model, which is where they go with Data Raven, and then 1 15 minutes. So like we don't have to run this. Unless it's a reversed, which there's 1 more in the deck. Beth drawing us out, so we don't have to respect Paragon anymore. Seems good. Could be Data Ward. Data Ward is fine. We just don't want to let them res it, right? Like I'd rather run HQ here. The thing is, like, we've seen so many cards that they've drawn and they've all been crap. Does scarcity affect the run, install, and crowdfunding? No, because crowdfunding says install ignoring all costs. So it actually gets through scarcity. It's really cool. Even that being said, like, eventually we get through Data Ward for some money once this gets to up to 8. I don't want him to res this, but we just like, this has no burst. It has no burst. So like we need to get as many axes as we can. I think we just like sit back this turn. That's actually really good. Yeah, it's really cool. So like a lot of good plays, like if you're playing, I don't know, Anarch, inject, throw them out, next turn run 3 times, install 2 of them. Like that's the best way around this shit. Scarcity's still super potent. A lot of people are worried that scarcity is even better because magnum opus economies no longer exist, so there's more resource economy. And I don't know, I didn't see a lot of magnum opus in my meta, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. All right, now they're advancing, and now we want to consider running it. So let's talk about our options. Ooh, diversions of funds is actually a really good option. So we definitely want to inside job this so we don't have to deal with Data Raven. Data Raven is annoying. We saw 1 in hand. We could always like diversion of funds and then inside job it, but if we diversion of funds it and they resonate here, we likely don't have to. We've seen 1 NGO front, 1 reversed. A lot of times the deck only runs 2 reversed. I think we'll inside job it. And if it's an NGO front, then we can go for the siphon. And then we can maybe run R&D and get the 3 runs and get a second crowdfunding back. I think doof for sure. Yeah, maybe better to doof here, but again, like I don't. So hold on, make a run, bypass the first piece of rice uncountered, and this is when the runner encounters. But it's our abilities first, so we're gonna bypass it. I'll bypass. This card's a real big problem considering that we do have Amakua, so this is actually hard to contest this remote. Especially we'd be habit tag. So that's a new sound. So this is 2 credits. Here's hoping for this being an agenda, so we can turn this off and turn this off. And so break this for 2. In a high scarcity meta, just use consume. I haven't tried that engine out just yet. So this is just pay a credit or lose a credit. It doesn't matter because we're not tagged. Mind you, this is only tagged not for the run, but just for the first ice. And if it's an NGO front, if it's not an NGO front, it's fine. All this shit still fires. Paragon, add turning wheel at the bottom of your stack. Nope. That's an SSL. All right. So we can bounce something. I kind of want to bounce this. If we bounce this, we could just straight doof him. Actually, that's like way better. Yeah, that's way better. Now we just doof him for 1 credit. Oh, this is really rough for them. They're getting pulled apart. But for real, Caddy is a thing now. 4 credits for permanent econ is fine. Yeah, and this deck was running 2 Archangels, so like Caddy was a bit scary. But yeah, Caddy is magnum opus, right? And now we can run archives last click. Now we also don't have to respect degree mill because if we hit it, we win. So we'll put him down to 0, and then we can run R&D. I think we see 2 fresh new cards, and again, this is getting credits on everything. And also more. Amakua, another crowdfunding is coming back, like Leela, which is fun. Like that's what I love, old Leela, where it's like you make a play, you bounce something, you make another play, so you can do something, so you can make another play. It snowballs out of control. Mind you, Pad Tap will fire on this. This is a good card for them to recover, though, after we doof them down to 0. Maybe we win, we win. Good game. And NGO front, we'll trash that. We definitely pulled them apart. I think their beginning was really weird. Like, I think that hard-hitting news worked out way better for us. Maybe they needed to do it, and that C-Source was definitely not great. You said archives. Oh shit, did I say archives? I rewatched my clips and I noticed like 80% of the time I say the wrong word. Like it's obvious to me. It's like, oh, we're gonna run R&D and I say archives instead, and I just talk too fast. I don't realize. It's a problem, especially when I'm trying to do like informational stuff. Like, oh man, it's rough. I do that a fair bit, I've noticed. You got the 3 of a kind. Yeah, hey? 1. Siphon, agenda, just so good. And we got the full house here, and we were gonna install a crowdfunding. We had this coming back up. Like that's how you close a game. Like it's really hard for them to come back. Andre only said archives is a bit of misdirection. Take that, stream snipers. How's it going, Poglos? Leela had SSL full endorsement. Hell yeah. But they were gonna get 6 credits at the beginning of every turn. Like how fucking crazy is that? Also, they did. That's the best way to play against Pad Tap, which only fires once a turn, is give your opponent 3 SSLs the same turn. Then you don't deal with it. If you're just tuning in, you're like, what's that splash look like? It looks like that. I gotta do laundry tonight, and the dryer just finished mid-game, so I'm just gonna go check on it. I'm gonna maybe have to run it again. So that's going to be a really small adventure, but otherwise I'll be back in probably 2 minutes. So we'll be right back, and we're going to be playing some crowdfunding Leela, which I'll just pull up the list so I guess you can take a look at this. This is Nemaniah's deck list. I found And again, Nemanja is Chris Dyer, if I'm not mistaken, right? Nemanja. Again, I've always said crowdfunding. Out of faction, I don't know, but this deck looks really fun, and I could see why this is good. This deck also runs Hippo as support for crowdfunding, which is a really big deal. If you can trash the ice on archives, which again, icing archives is fine against Val because you rebirth into Omar, right? You kind of expect that. But this is like the support we have, just like the other deck had Prey. If you can trash ice, crowdfunding will come back more regularly. I'll be back in a minute and a half. Dirty laundry. It's clean. It's just not dry yet. 9089. Well, Andre's gone. I'm going to try to figure out what's the best book on that shelf is. That shelf is probably not my better books. My better books are in like the living room. This is like other books. I don't know what the best one on it is. I'm not sure. I haven't read. I've read maybe like half of those books, which maybe that's normal. I don't know. I don't read that much. Let me know what's up. Good evening, Andre. Haven't been able to catch your streams live lately because my work schedule is whack right now. Just going to bed at like 15 PST. Hope you're doing just sublime. I'm doing really well. Glad to hear from you too. Hopefully you're doing all right. Hopefully the sleep is going well. Thanks so much for dropping by. We've been crowdfunding tonight. I think we're going to continue crowdfunding. Hit that Patreon. Mind you, this is also new. This is totally new. Turning Wheel. I haven't seen this as a 3 of. It's also worth noting, we don't have a restricted card in this list. Oh, we do. It's Paperclip. It just doesn't show up. So I've been seeing this a fair bit at G&Ks locally. Valencia still gets a lot of play, and now Paperclip is restricted, or as of a week from now. We've been following that meta regardless. So the question is, does Valencia play Paperclip, or does Valencia play Employee Strike? And Employee Strike is classically what she played, and now she has to make a choice. And interestingly enough, a lot of people in my meta have been playing Corroder and then playing Employee Strike just because it's a good current. This is going the opposite direction. I think Hacktivist is really relevant. I've been seeing a bit of acid spam as of late. But Paperclip's fine. We can do it. Millennials don't read. Ouch. Standard Val. That's a good name. Estevez, Angel Cayambe, 30, 50 cards, mind you. Nothing too spicy. Everything you'd expect. Dirty Laundry works really well with crowdfunding, of course. We got 2 Earthrise. We have no, a lot of times this deck would run, like, we'd drop a Turning Wheel to run Career Fair. We're not on that. And 3 Hippo is the wildest part, so let's have fun. I might have misheard. He said a Val deck was interesting. I can't believe it. Yo, I don't honestly know, like people shit on Val. They think it's boring. And I don't know. I think Val is just like good fundamental Netrunner. Like you interact with them. That's how you win, is by interacting with them in a good way. You pressure them. I think it's actually like really satisfying to watch and to play. I may be wrong. I'm much less into like I'm gonna sit back and like power tap and shit like that. That stuff is, meh. Rain says you really want that Turning Wheel early. That is true. Like that's a really big deal if we're gonna be running wantonly because of crowdfunding. You can maybe get 3 Turning Wheel tokens too. Also, we definitely need this to land. It makes running so much easier. So that's kind of like rule number 1: get bad pub, more bad pub. Rule number 2: crowdfund. Rule number 3: win. I can tell based on the fact that you prefer green, the poor oral hygiene that smell like feet. Oh, that got mean fast. I don't know what that's about. People are still bitter from the Blackmail days. Yeah, and we didn't see that in the top 8 of the Eternal format. I thought we'd see some Val on Blackmail. Oh shit, next design. This is really good because it ices up everything, so it's hard for us to crowdfund, let alone mining accident. This hand is trash. Thanks. You too. We want to open up with money. We want to open up with generally Black Orchestra is the best. This isn't terrible. I think we're on 3-2-2. Oh, we're on all 2s. Okay. Employee Strike is fine that we don't have it in this matchup because his ID is blank after turn 1. And Hacktivist might matter. There's also no more Brian Stinson if they're playing the new Most Wanted list, which they might not be. So like this ability got a bit less weird. I'm just gonna mulligan that for sure. All right, that's really good. This card might be a bit too slow considering how strong their opening is, and they're gonna install 3 cards. Val can be fun, sure. Heat Breakers plus Inject plus Val is not looking forward to Inject rotating. It's gonna be wild when Inject rotates. Like I just don't know what Anarchs do. Literally have no idea what Anarchs do. Let me move my face. Advanced Assembly Lines. That might mean they have a lot of draw. They're gonna fire it. Reinstall a card. So they used Advanced Assembly Lines here, so we know that this is an asset, like it's not an agenda, which is a really big deal. 13 credits. Centrals are open. If we inject, we have a chance of hitting Dirty Laundry. Ideally, we want to hit Dirty Laundry and Trash a Breaker so that we can do Amakua Run. Amakua Run here is really good. Val can switch to Duggars. Extra crowdfunding value. I don't know. That's going to be an issue next turn. I think we probably just want to inject into... We want to get a Dirty Laundry and a Breaker into the heap. All right, we got half of it. They also know we're on Turntable, which might matter in this matchup. We got another Gamble, a Hippo, and a Laundry. We can't play all of it. This is a bit clumsy. So I think we actually just set up when we just do Laundry, Gamble, Casts. That gets 3 cards at our hand. Yeah, we have too many cards to play the... Well, let's go. Ikawa Project. It's probably important that we steal that. We can let him steal it and turntable it, but... So this means that we can still gamble. So everything is according to plan. We just lose a click, which is fine. Yeah, this is fine. So I think we actually pay the daily casts here. They know that we have the gamble, which is the worst part. But this puts us, so next turn we start at 5, so we can always gamble out of it. Hippo's actually really meaningful, but they have a lot of ice, so I don't know about that. Turntable is really good because we know they're playing 3-pointers. We're weak to Punitive. We could always throw this out. And I honestly don't mind throwing this out because we're probably going to reinstall it somehow. I think we need the Earthrise. I'm going to go ahead and throw out the Crowdfunding just because I think we can get it back. It's weird to throw out a 3 influence card, but I guess we can install it from there. Charis is definitely cast. How's it going, Chair? Yeah, cast is definitely good. Let's just gamble out of it next turn. Kenshin, yeah, Rebirth is also a card. It's still in there for sure. They just drew 4 cards, mind you, so we want to do HQ pressure. We might just like slam Amakua Run Archives over and over again to get that threat up. This is a really big deal because it looks like all they want is ice that ends the run. So like getting counters on here is really good. If we hit this and slam R&D 3 turns, next turn we'll get 3 credits off the top so we can share gamble out of it. I think this is definitely good, right? Because we hit this 3 times, we get 3 Amakua counters, and then we install our crowdfunding. So next turn then we'll start with 5 again so that we can gamble out of it. Ideally we want 3 clicks to charge the remote server though. But now we have a turtle, we have a crowdfunding. Let's go. Absolutely throw out crowdfunding. Excellent. Excellent. Always pitch crowdfunding, I imagine. The Heat Breakers economy. Yeah, they'll come back. So we slowed them down maybe. Looks like they're definitely on defensive upgrades. We want to run first click. Fairchild 3.0 has hit me too bad in too many other matchups. I got scars. So we got to find out. I don't want to go slow. I want to make them res shit, but I don't want to lose credits doing it. This could be Ash. What's the name of that guy? Also want to run HQ to some extent. Let's run HQ. If we don't have to spend 3 clicks on this, we can like gamble out of it. We also want to just spend money, so eventually mining accident. This is also really important. Yeah, shit, that fires. At least this will be 0, so we can get through it later. Like, it's cool that they res it this turn, so it's down to 0. But it's a really strong ability. Like, fuck. They added a corporate sales team to R&D, so we know a bit about their agenda suite. I don't want to run the rest of this turn because Fairchild 3.0 is definitely in their deck. So I think we're just going to like gamble, play the Earthrise flat up, and then click for credit. So then we'll be drawing 2-3-2 over the next 3 turns because of the crowdfunding. Feels like it's mostly just restricting Anarch ID viability without having any interesting or unexpected uses. I kind of wish Rebirth would go away. I feel you on that. I know at some point they were considering like restricting Rebirth, but then I believe nobody plays Rebirth. It's kind of the problem with Rebirth. I'd be interested in the same way if they balanced Rebirth, if they balanced Employee Strike. If they did it in a similar way to how like they do Fate, from my understanding, in Legend of the Five Rings, where when you play it, you choose amount of money to play on top of the card, and then every turn you lose a credit from it, and when there's no credit, it's gone. So like you can rebirth for a couple turns. I think that's really cool. I think Employee Strike would be better too, like that, if you had to like pay the workers to strike, or you know, Scarcity was like that too, if you have to pay for the scarcity. Maybe that makes the cards unplayable, but at least it makes Currents more interesting. I wish Currents were like that to some extent. And maybe one of them was like a credit for 2 turns, credit for 3 turns. That's a bit hard to sort out, but that's the idea. You're saying to put down Hippo and run. I do like that a fair bit. I want to face check though this turn, so I'm going to do it. And if this isn't a Fairchild 3, we'll do it later. They also still haven't done anything with this, but I'm pretty sure it's safe. I kind of want them to go down to few credits so that we can maybe mining accident. And we know there's a corporate sales team in here because that was the only agenda in 32 cards. Pay the workers to strike. Not sure you understand how employee strikes work. Well, it's not like a real one. We faked it. Hey guys, I'll pay you not to work. It's like another job. A time limit of rebirth, I could get behind that. That's definitely interesting. Oh fuck, next Sapphire. Cool. I think we'll just go ahead and break all of that. So they're on next ice, which means next silver, next gold. I've been wrecked by next diamond, I think it is, for a while now, last couple days. They shovel back in, we find it. That's how we do it. We're on game point, let's go. Holy shit, we're good. It's honestly pretty interesting. It's like pretty compelling to hippo this thing. Just so there's less next ice on the board. The thing is running last click is kind of lame because we can't steal this. There's 2 more in the deck probably. And we need to find more breakers. You think HP is the weakest corp right now, Andre? I don't actually know enough about the new most wanted meta to be able to confidently say that. But the way I play, yeah. The way I play, definitely. Yeah, fuck it, we'll hippo it. Let's go. Oh, no, that's the first time. I can't do the hippo. This is a fuck up. Just kidding. Oh, wow. Woof. Woof. Yeah, that's not great. Oh, my God. Totally. I was joking. We saw you shuffle in the CST. Let's go get it. And then I installed the hippo. Learned halfway through the run. I couldn't fire it. I was like, all right. That was great. Shit. All right, we're good. We nailed it. All according to plan. Only got 8 agendas. 8 agendas. Oof. Ouch. Ouch. They drew a bit, but like not a lot. It's not like they played Violet level clearance over and over again. Man, we're good at this game. Never did have it. You're supposed to look in the camera and say, yeah, damn, I'm good. Oh, man. Better off just not breaking the last Sapphire on the first pass then if you want to hippo. I plan it out enough. I should have just kept pocket hippo, I think. All right. Well, the deck works. Just see what we're going to draw into here. Hacktivist has some meaning. Another hippo is really good, and Data Sucker is a really big deal. There's a chance that Emakua suckers our whole rig until like they res a Turing somewhere that's like an issue to click through. At that point, it's actually really hard because like our Black Orchestras are in the bottom half, let alone last card. So Turing might have been an issue, but that's largely it. Gonna do much apart from hit R&D. Just need that 6 to 3-5 and 5-31 axis not to work out play. Thanks to the game. Hey, cheers. You too. Sorry about that, Luxag. Is Pocket Hippo friends with Teacup Giraffe? Oh man, Jinteki. Someone let him know. Cheers. Glad that they have a good sense of humor about that. That's actually like a really big thing in Netrunner. It's like sometimes that shit happens. Like we won because of skill, and you just gotta kind of laugh about it. It's not like a really big deal. If it happens at a tournament, it's kind of shitty, but. I play Titan Fast Advance. I know how it is. Let's try that again. Sports Metal is strong, but overall probably. I wouldn't be surprised. This is Rob. Rob is in Twitch chat. Also, shoutouts, Rob came in second at the Eternal tournament. All right, Argus Security. Woo! Don't got the employee strike. This is actually like it's pretty good. Cheers. Best of luck. Have fun. So, from my understanding at the UK Nationals, this archetype was very present. The sort of like meat damage, I'm gonna kill you, Waylon, both in Argus and also you're seeing it a fair bit in the outfit. Now, the best cards you had against this in back in the day was you had Employee Strike, which is a really big deal. I think largely you always take the meat damage whenever you play against this. Well, we need an aggressive hand with good economy, and we have slow economy. This card also probably is not going to do that much. This card, don't love it either. It's good against Data Raven. This deck generally runs like 3 Data Raven, 2 to 3 copies of like Border Control. And then like Hortons and maybe Mouselie and Archers for sure. Archers got really good again because of Program Destruction being relevant. This hand is like medium okay. If they don't have an aggressive opening and they did mulligan, like we could just play Daily Cast Crowdfunding, draw once, and hopefully outmoney them. We really want to Liberated. I'm going to keep this because I can imagine we can do worse, but this isn't exactly what we want. Maybe they were always a bad faction, but propped up with power cards, ABT and ETF. You're missing out CI, Serial Imaging, but I do agree with you in a large way here. Is that like specifically the power of engineering the future was just really too good, so ETF didn't get like generic good economy cards or stuff like that. That being said, like they still do well at tournaments outside of CI to some extent. Like Sports Metal has some cool combo cards to it. But it's I think all the other decks have easier win conditions. That being said, like in the near future, Clot is rotating, so there isn't a lot of like ways to stop Biotic Labor out of hand. Anyways, it looks like they're going to score that. So I think we're just going to draw once, install all this stuff. That's not going to matter in this meeting, in this matchup. Oh, fuck me. I have to click for a credit. Oh, we goofed that up. That's real bad. That's real bad. Yeah, that's rough. You have to credit install all this shit. If you draw, you can't. They cost 6. Well, we're committing to a half bad play. We'll draw for Liberated. That's pretty good. They can play Arc Lockdown. Does Claw really played that much anyways? Shapers will generally play one of them. It got worse without Satcon, but sort of. I'm just saying in the future, like if Fast Advance gets really strong, and there's a lot of really strong Fast Advance tools. In Reign of Reverie, we saw Arella Salvatore. She's really good in an HB like Fast Advance Glacier deck, if that ever does exist. All right, we just need to get our money up as high as possible so we don't get hard-hitting newsed. That's good to get in the bin. That's not particularly good. These are slow cards. Hopefully they don't do anything meaningful. I'm going to draw again for money. These currents are really shit. They're unlikely to have anything. Maybe, actually, they probably are on Rashida's and NGO fronts, and they definitely do keep power operations in hand, like hard-hitting news, consulting visit. So they're okay. If they're running things like Prisec, you don't have to res Prisec, so Oh my god, are people going to move to the sauce? They could. The sauce is the only like continual fast advance thing now that SatCon isn't around. Besides also that one virus on R&D. I don't know the name of. That's a big deal. That's generally our breaker, and this is going to pay off in 2 turns. Okay. Okay. See what you've done here. Very well. This is also how you win. Hopefully we just have more money than them. I'll go throw out a current. Next turn, we'll get a card draw and 4 credits, which should be good. VK, how's it going? All right, that's the threat. If that's an Atlas, we probably lose. Fuck. I think we can install this and just stim hack it and hopefully are fine. If it's an NGO front, we're fucked. Let's go! Server 1, 10 credits. Maybe they probably just don't res anything here if it is an agenda. Yeah, they just don't res anything. Oh, they res this. All right, so we can install the MK Ultra. We can break it. And we'll just take a tag. It's an NGO front. It's pretty bad. It's an NGO front. Shit. So we take a brain damage. We lost that. That's good. That's probably the worst card. They definitely have 3 of these in the deck. So we're going to remove the tag, and next turn we'll have 9. They're probably going to, they only have 3 cards in hand, which is actually pretty good for us. So like Econ Warfare into Hard-Hitting News is a bit unlikely. They generally have 3 Hard-Hitting News, sometimes only 2 Econ Warfare. Maybe with Argus you can play more. I'll just take a credit. It's NGO Hacktivist does work. It does a bit of work. Patrick's saying me and Louisville Meta are doing Snake Draft. And it's the only person out of 14 building HP, but also not much competition. Yeah, that's actually kind of cool for Snake Draft. They went for value Econ Warfare. Could be Rashida. Could also be an agenda. We didn't get NG hard-hitting news, but it might not have been the best hard-hitting news. I think we just want to get a Liberated down. And we can, if this is just like a blank Rashida, we can generally get them on HQ. If it's a blank Atlas, it's kind of scary. That's what we want. Let's go. Then we can put this down, run 3 times, get a crowdfunding back. It's a fast matchup, so it's hard to get like the sort of value that we want. We also, if we can, we'll rebirth into Eddie Kim. Okay, so that's scary. That looks like an Atlas. That's what an Atlas looks like. Let me tell you. 2 cards in hand. Don't think there's anything in HQ. I think we just want to get the money up. Are we drawing last click? Yeah, fuck. Whenever I hear Snake Draft, I'm sad, because when else do you get a chance to use the word Booster Fade on? I don't know what that means. Is that the order that you draft in? Okay, so now they drew a card and they couldn't deal with it, so there's some chance we get something of value here. They're generally on Global Food Initiative. This server does look like it has Surveyor, but building a server like this is just good with border control, which is something we don't have an answer to, besides if it's Outmost and we have Hippo. So I think we're just going to start slamming here. This is a really big deal because they can pull their punishment card. Too big to fail is also kind of scary, but we're definitely not trashing that. So we're just going to run HQ 3 times. We might run R&D once. There's a Raven. If we run R&D once, like if we hit Archer, it's a bit annoying. Everything else we break for 2 credits generally. Raven, we can end the run. Then we can run an HQ one more time. So like Archer's the worst here, but they sacrifice a 2-point agenda for it, and it's not even that bad. They just trash a Raven. It's a Hortem, so we pay 3. 2 with bad pub. Get to see a card. Mouseless, that's annoying. And we'll just run. We made 3 runs, so I think we're actually just going to take this to make sure that we don't have to respect Econ Warfare hard-hitting news. It makes it a bunch easier, and then we get to reinstall our crowdfunding. So let's go. Someone on stream said not to draw last click a little while ago. Who was that? Yeah, it's worse for the Corp though. For the runner, you get to see cards and then you deal with something. For the runner, Corp, you don't interact with them. So it's not like you're learning new information unless there's like traces or stuff that fire and you don't know how much they're going to spend. So it's not that bad. Yo, Vadim, how's it going? HB still has good cards. Too big to fail is crazy. That card should have been more at most 4 to trash. I really like how it works though. I really do like the theme on it. At some point, they're not too big to fail when all the bad pub makes it really trivial. So they did play the too big to fail. We do have another bad publicity. It's cool. How do they have 8 credits? Oh, because we let them res the Hortem, so they went from 12 down. That actually might have been a misplay on our behalf. So one of these is the Mouseless, the other is the Data Raven. It would be I would think it makes more sense that they would want the Mouseless on HQ, because Data Raven is a hard end to run, which is really bad for farming turning wheel counters. I think Rob wouldn't have fucked it up and put that there. So I'm going to run archives, assuming this is the Data Raven. Rob, I think you fucked up. We can now charge turning wheel counters. This can fire. Can it? We have to pay 4 and then they gain a credit. It's really bad. Fine. All right, so now they have it hard to end the run Data Raven on here, which we can just smash into. Also, Sing R&D only costs us 1 credit. We lost the turning wheel, which is fine. We take a tag, which is like annoying. And then we get a turning wheel counter, or this counter, excuse me. So you want to remove the tag. We can run R&D. This is only 1 credit. And the card in here, I don't think we know. That's a prize sec. That's really annoying. Now that we have 5 here, we can break this. I think we definitely want to be hippoing one of these cards relatively soon. So we have 1 card in hand, so it's really hard for them to do Econ Warfare into Atlas, considering we know that they're drawing a prize sec. So we'll just draw once here. Poor Rob getting flamed feels bad, man. Yeah, I think that's a mistake, because like this is free turning wheel counters. They're going to go for the Purge. Makes a lot of sense. I think that Purge is actually really good, but we can always like open it up by playing the Hippo and then running R&D, which I think we will do. It might be bad to Hippo this one on the basis that this is the easiest ice to break, but we need an open server. That's another reversed accounts. Fuck me. No, we'll run again. We trash it for 1 credit. So again, we have to remember we have to take a tag or meet damage. I'm just going to install this. Again, we don't know what they're drawing, which sucks. Raven on HQ seems bad. You can break Horton for 2 with Turtle. Yeah, unless they purge, but still, we can break it for 1 with Orchestra, so that's always fine. It's probably the least likely ice that we want to Hippo. They drew an unknown card, so they have 2 unknowns. Actually, I think 3 unknowns. I'm not sure if we knew that one was an HQ single before. Steven, what's up? Do you think with Nisei nailing Excalibur and Moga already restricted, it's kind of ridiculous that Amakua hasn't been addressed? To some extent, yeah. I think this card just needs more influence on it. How's it going, Steven? But at least it makes us interact, which is kind of cool. Oh, crowdfunding drew a crowdfunding. This puts them on game point, which is terrifying on the basis that they win. Once because they score a hostile takeover out. So we have to run this. We have to 100%. I always like run this and try and close the game off with Turning Wheel. Now the problem is one of these is going to be a border control. So like stim hacking it is kind of shit. Gotta do what you gotta do. All right. Cool. Trace 6, trace 6. How much is this to break? It's 6. That's 9. That'll be cheaper than traces. Also, why is Mother Goddess restricted? Because it's the sort of card that a deck needs an answer. Like there's a lot of cards that don't have an answer to it, and then it's easy to build a nice suite that has no types, and a lot of decks just lose to it. So we're gonna get border controlled here. I think we're fucked. Gain. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Trace me. Oh, sorry. No. I see what they mean, gain. I thought they meant the tag. Also, why is Violet level restricted? Wasn't it just a CI combo card? I don't think it's restricted anymore. I think they unrestricted it. So we pay 3 here. And now that there's being the border control. Okay. So we're tagged. Single tag is a big deal if we don't have 2 cards in hand. So we want 1 card in hand. If we run R&D and steal an agenda, it's really bad for us as well. Can we run this again? A single tag is an issue because then they just pull high profile target and we die. I think we just click for 2. We just need card draw real bad. They're going to score that next turn likely. This is hard. Seems like everyone is in agreement that Corpse sucks. Seems like it would be good to look at a single card that any runner deck is stupid not to play. I agree with you that you're right. It's stupid not to play this. 1 influence is the problem here. I don't know why this card is 1 influence. It makes no sense. At least it's an interactive card, but yeah, it makes no sense. It's also good that it encourages Corpse to ice everything. I think that's really fun. But yeah, again, it's obnoxious. Fuck. Yeah, I think we're just gonna try and win a Turning Wheel next turn. It's pretty difficult because they can always like last click pull a single, what's it called, to hand. Yeah, this probably not be right. IP block is almost as common as Amakua. Yeah, IP block is really good. Now they're on game points, so next turn they just use their Project Atlas to grab their hostile takeover. So we basically have to win this turn. So we're just gonna take as many tags as we can. So let's go. Hard-hitting news, okay. So let's think. Yeah, we lose. There's no way we win. Fuck, I don't feel like there's a way to win that. So now they can like use this to pull it to hand, but I don't think they need to. Like they generally have 2 or 3 hostiles, and the chances of us finding all 3 is super unlikely. IP block is just okay in a matchup without AI. I think IP block is pretty great with a matchup without AI. It's kind of like Eli. Like 3 to get through for a 2 res is pretty great. Like people used to complain that they had to pay 4 to get through Eli. That was a 3 res. Surprised that they don't just hit both Scarcity and Employee Strike. So Patrick, the way I see it is that like, I don't think Scarcity is that big of an issue, but with Employee Strike, I think it's kind of necessary in the game now, as unfortunate as that is. Oh, they actually pulled an Atlas. Do they not have one pointers? Do they have Audacity in hand? Whatever, we have one click to run it in hand. NGO front, I'd rather have them draw that than an Audacity, so we're not going to trash that. HPT, Armed Intimidation, that's an agenda. So we're going to go take a tag. Border Control, okay, great. Data Raven. All right, so at least they might not have a high profile target, so they can res the Raven, we'll just take the tag. And then if we get the Atlas, there's a chance we win if they have a Consulting in hand, or they have a even like what? No, they need a Consulting. A Trace. If they have a Consulting in hand, we lose. If they have a high profile target, we lose. If they have a Boom and we don't hit, we lose. But we just need to grab the Audacity. Oh, we should have traced that. That's a fuck up. Whatever. Amount of tags doesn't matter. Oh, GG. They have it in hand anyways. I'll just end turn. Let them do it. Oh, we got a crowdfunding back. We nailed it. Nailed it. Isn't digging for turntable a better out? It's 1 in 31, so I really don't think so. They got it. Yeah, I don't think we had a way to win that. Like, yeah, wow. Oh, fuck, actually it was right there. Oh, man, what a good top deck that would have been. Hey, cheers, you too. Do you have Hostile? How do they not have Hostile? Yeah, they'll force a shuffle, so there's no way that we use all the turning wheel counters on the last run. In hand, okay, cool. Yeah, I think this archetype is really good, and like you see, Data Raven plus Border Control is stupid. Like, holy shit, that's good. Because it's so hard to interact with this over and over again. You see more and more people spending spare influence on cards like Dorm Computer, which is actually really cool in meta. It also deals with one of the subroutines on this. If you're not playing MK Ultra, that sometimes matters. But that's like a really big deal. We had our stim hacks when we need them, but it really didn't matter. I'm not sure. Regardless, though, you had it. Also, we're not playing around Snare, and I think you see that card more often, not in Argus. Sometimes in Argus, but you've been seeing it more modernly in the outfit. We couldn't play around it. Yeah, I didn't have enough hand size. That's the biggest. That was a huge issue. So maybe we needed to mulligan into something more aggressive. Like the mulliganing into liberated accounts early would be pretty good. I don't know. Yeah, we need those stim hacks, but they didn't work out. Most runners need a way to deal with Mati. Nero's an interesting spot, but I don't see anything cool with him save for one deck I saw in NRDB. Border Control needs to get put in a box and buried. It's really strong, let me tell you. I don't think it's absurd. In these rush decks is really good, but a lot of times these rush decks, it's like I gotta put Turning Wheel at and just be like, okay, this remote is too much. I'm gonna win off centrals. And that's also a really big deal about these sort of rush decks, is that this sort of play where they have no ice on R&D used to be so easily punished by cards like Indexing, and they don't have them anymore. Let alone it does also punish Project Atlas tokens and puts pressure on them, but like they don't exist anymore. So like these rush IDs are a lot better. No to Dragon Knight watch. Hey, choose. Thanks for the game. How many Nisa counters can I get? Pretty mad to me. Are you talking about virus counters for Amakua? Crowdfunding treatment for your missile wound. I just checked. It looks like Violet level is still restricted on the standard MOL. So it's no longer banned. It's restricted? Really? I'm just going to look at the list. Not that I don't believe you. Organized play. If you don't know, Nisi.net has all this stuff on it. So let's go to supported formats, and we have an MWL. Fire level clearance is restricted. Check that out. I think it's mostly restricted because of Jinja, right? But it might not be necessary. I feel Border Control is fine in Wayland, but broken in Mati. It should be 5 influence, really. Yeah, I think putting more influence on powerful cards is always a really fun thing to do. I wouldn't mind it. I haven't struggled that much against Mati Border Control, but I haven't seen that much of it. I don't know. Mati did get a fair bit worse, though, so maybe they needed that. Kevin, what's up? Have you seen the Store Champ scoops on the site of teaser? Sort of. Is that the old ones? Like the ones where they're talking about the tech stuff? Oh yeah, these are old. These are nice though. Whoa, those are really nice. Whoa, what is this? Fuck. Shit. Vesper, those are really nice. What are you talking about, Kevin? Are there actually like teasers? Because I saw the text ones. Sorry your friend got sick. Yeah, not the best. Sorry I haven't been emailing you back regularly enough, but like it's really awkward because it's not fully in my control, right? Like I can't tell the guy like, hey man, do something, because he's kind of doing it. his own volition. Yo, Kevin, what are you talking about? Check under OP. Okay. Chat. Oh, fuck. I might have another game. Foxy Beast, excuse me. Okay, we'll dive through it. Spark Agency. Wow, that's asset spam. It's actually really good for us to get a mining accident out early, and a liberated counts in hand is good. This is worth keeping. Organized play. Where do you want me to go? Check under OP. Where? Which one? Kevin, there's so many things here. What do you want? What is it? What are you talking about? Help! Don't want to bother you after stream. Would you want to send me his email? I don't think I'm going to give you his email because he didn't say I could do that. So no big deal about the emails, man. You're good. Yeah, like I don't know. Like he didn't. I'm not going to distribute his email without his consent. If he says like that's the easiest way for him to do it, then I'll do it. Store Champ's poster. Fuck. What poster? Oh, hey. What happened here? Oh shit, Caddy, what up? Oh, that's super cool. Wow, they actually have the trademark stuff on it. They have their own logo too. That's really cool. Is that the new cycle? Yo, that's dope. Check that shit out. That's awesome. Thanks, you too. But Patrick, I'll contact him. I generally have like a Slack with him. I'll ask him if I can just forward him your contact so he can do with it. That's really cool. Who drew that, Kevin? Also, I think our G&Ks from Montreal from Nice were just shipped. That's what our organizer said. He got the message. All right, so we're playing against Spark. We lose a credit. They have a pretty okay opening. If they didn't have less money, we could maybe pressure this out, but we want this to land. So that, how many advertisements are there? For Ice, there's like 2. It's like what, pop-up window and special offer. Then there's a fair bit of assets and upgrades. So we're just going to get money because if they want us to lose money, they probably are going to pressure us in some meaningful way. So I think we're just going to play it real slow. We don't have career fair to draw into, so we're just going to like smash that out. This keep seems A against Spark. If they had one ad turn on the Liberated is so slow. Oh, that's true. Like Liberated is really bad if they do resin advertisements. So it got a bit lucky. That's totally true. We should play around that. Hedge fund, credit. Wow. They just got money. So luckily they're doing really slow and their ability is not firing. Let's just get money. Money seems really good. Throwing this out is okay. There's no advertisement sentries if I'm not mistaken. But a lot of the sentries in faction for this, you generally just trace through. Whatever. We probably need to play this as slow as it is. So we could crash this twice. Like the good thing about what do you want to play around NBN? Sometimes they close your accounts, right? So it's often pretty good to leave like 4 credits on here. So I'm going to do this. This is more of a surprise. They don't know we have the gamble. So if they want to make cool calculations about like, oh, they don't have enough money to pressure this in hard-hitting news. I think it's good to keep money on here to play around like closed accounts. We're already pretty good against All Seeing Eye. That card's not important, or not important, but like not popular. But yeah, hide the money in hand. Our organizer picked the kits up already. Looking forward to first Nice event. Hope this isn't someone playing an intro deck. Yeah, it could just be System Core. So far, we haven't seen anything new or anything outside of that. So we'll find out. Woo, third hedge fund. We got our first asset. Let's go. Got more money. Money for days. I think we're going to go check that. They could res it. I'm assuming it's a pad campaign, which I don't think we have to trash that. We could run, install. Oh, what is this? Isn't the pad campaign, imagine? That's a product placement. Well, they res at the wrong time. So like we could in theory jack out here. We didn't have the successful run button. So this is technically a fuck up. Yo, hey. As a heads up, in theory, I could jack out here. For what it's worth, you should wait for me to hit successful run. Just as a heads up. I'll still plant. Like, it's unlikely we'd run and then jack out, but like if they resed it in a tournament, you can be like, yeah, jack out. And until we say, yeah, okay, we'll trash it. We save money on it. I think we're just going to install it. If we install this, take 4 off of it, we're actually down to 8 credits, which means they can easily hard-hitting news us. So I think we're just going to take this, gain a credit. All right, so far still in the System Core environment. It's fun.deck. They got all their money. Hopefully that's all the money that they have if we can keep their assets down. Seems like just to run out of shit to do, and you just run every other turn with RDI and wind. It could be the case. Kevin, when I put my collection up for sale, I got kind of sad and made me want to play, so I played a few games that night. Oh, shit. You should gain credit then, right, if they can't res. They can res, though. So we lost the credit. They just res at the wrong time, right, Kevin? Seems to me like so much of the game is kind of wild. That's why I like the simplicity of the core experience format. Yeah, Patrick, that's true. But I think that's a large part why I like it so much, is it's so wild and there's so much shit we have to play around. Like, I love being surprised. So much of what's fun on this stream and what we play is like when I run into like a next diamond that I don't play around. Like, that's fun to me. I'm a big fan of that. But I hear you. A simple, there's nothing wrong with playing with a small card pool. Lets you know, makes it easier to play around stuff. We got good money opening. I think we're just gonna like put down our money cards. We got 2 more coming next turn. Let's find some crowdfundings. Let's check some stuff. Midon, what's up? Hey, Andre, waiting for you to hit successful run just makes the game longer. I'd rather my opponent does not waste some seconds. I hear you. That's true. Yeah, maybe. Maybe it's not a big deal. There's other things where it matters more, right? Like with certain traps and stuff like that. All right. System Core Beal, is that you? Are you in there? Do we have to deal with Flare? Toll Booth? I'm fine with both of those. We're going to draw the rest of our deck up now. I mean, no big deal. Yeah, it's not a big deal. It really isn't. It's just like if they want to know the timings right. If they're a newer player, we still think they're on System Core for some reason. We'll run this. Could just be a Maryland. That probably means there's agendas in hand. I want them to spend money. It's a Raven. We can install our MK Ultra here for 2 credits. I don't care. I'm just going to jack out. That thing's annoying. Let's just get more money than them, I guess. We're not running any connections, so like Paper Trail isn't that bad. If they score a Beal here, they go down to 13, which is honestly not terrible for them. We want to set up some card draw. We probably didn't need to pay all those gambles. That might be wrong. After those games, I didn't feel as sad about selling anymore. Oh, fuck, man. Sorry, I make a lot of typos when I chat, and I see you struggling with reading my chats. I'll try and proofread. That's all good. Wait, you can't check out then. Oh, that. So I think they are. Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. That's a common shorthand. Otherwise, I'd click on it and say fire end the run. A lot of people just jack out. Yeah, so like I called them about like taking shortcuts. I called them out on it, and then I jack out instead of ending the run. Okay, they got a Beal. Let's go. I think they're on System Core. Does anybody know how expensive it is to ship stuff to Poland from the US? Depends on much stuff. Whoa, what's going on? What is that? Is that reversed accounts? How many breakers do we have? Only 1, so we can't even get through a barrier. Let's find our barrier breaker. No dice. Yeah, let's run it. We have enough money. So we'll take the tag. They can just trace us. This is not an issue. Fly on the wall into closed accounts. Oh, it'd be so brutal. I'm worried about the priority requisition into punitive. So this is 2 credits for us. We still have this tag to deal with, so there could be like a UCF here and we'd lose on the spot. Actually, not that bad if we have 8 credits, 9 credits short off here. 10 credits sometimes. Oh, just a pop-up window. Okay. They gain a credit, we lose 2. We get an access on a 3 advanced card. Shit, what is that? 3 advanced quantum kitty. Oh, fuck me! No! Oh, shit! Oh, fuck! Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We got... it's so hard to play around this. Like, nobody advances a card 3 times and leaves in a remote. Holy fuck. Keeps happening. Well. They don't pay anything. We have 4 tags. Alright. So we're not going to clear all the tags. We're not going to clear all of them. I'm not even going to trash this. What's the chance that they're on? Like, the only reason not to trash this, fuck it, is if they're on, like, the one that moves cards around. You know the one. Okay. Gonna clear a tag so they can't fast advance out of 5-3. And I'll just install this. This is fine. This is fine. If they're a newer player, that's like a huge edge that they have. It's like install advance events. You can put them at certain cards. You never put them at Ghost Branch. If they are like playing System Core, maybe we should respect that. I keep getting Ghost Branch whenever I play against somebody from System Core. It's wild, considering nobody plays this card in any sort of like constructed format outside of like that box. Ooh, that's a server. They haven't scored an agenda in a long time, ever. In fact, we're gonna go HQ, and they're not trashing our turning wheel. I think you'd want to maybe trash the turning wheel. If you have closed accounts, obviously, that's like such an easy play here. Threat assessment. So clear 2, so HPT is not GG. I don't care about it. I think they're on System Core, so I'm not going to respect high profile target. They did trash the turning wheel. Okay, good. I think that's correct. Okay, well, having 3 tags apparently wasn't that bad for us. Let's go. So what could this be? Flare? A wall of static. This is System Core. That wall of static is doing work. So let's just go get our bed pub so that traces aren't that bad. Special offer. It's not System Core anymore. This fires. This is no longer good. Daily business show. We lost a credit. We lost our bed pub, which is actually really cool. So I don't mind if they draw that. Okay. Ghost Branch is underrated in Standard. I don't know about that. Jogging, clear tags, I repeat. Not System Core. Yeah, now it's not, but there's still a wall of static, so it might just be limited card pool. With 1 tag, though, we're relatively safe. Looks like they're just going to go for a Beal. Please be a 3-1. I'm not running it again. I can score it. I'm not running it. Fuck me. I got to run this shit. Oh, stop it. How big of a Beal are they going to get? No more exposed in this game besides... fuck them. Whatever. Motion Ghost Branch. Beal or no Beal? We got Beal, my friends. Let's run 3 times. Let's find that Pyrec. Pad campaign. That's fine. Maybe actually we want to trash this so we can run again to get the next crowdfunding back. Well, we'll get 2 crowdfundings next turn. Let's make it annoying for them. If they lose 5 here, we can hit them again and we'll have 3 bad pub. I don't think we're going to need anything else ever. How much bad pub? Now we trash everything. You would have TT? What? Beal or no Beal? How's it going, John? How's your stream end up? I watched a whole bunch of it. I left when you were around to like $705. It was pretty fun. All right, so we have 2 bad pub. They decided to lose 5 there. That's a pad campaign. That's what pad campaigns look like. Could be a DBS. What do they got? Woo! Beal or no Beal? We found the Beals. They're 1 credit. Let's draw a card. Okay, now we're going to run 3 times. Let's go. We need to find our 2 paper clips or a single Amakua. They can't resist. They have no money. That's a fine draw. IPO block. Let's run archives. We got to see what they threw at. You have turntable. Oh, shit. Yeah, we do have turntable. It's a really big deal. This is not something we can refuse. Fuck. I wish we had turntable. For what it's worth, when you turntable this into your score area, it's blank. Its text isn't active, so it just becomes a 2-pointer. I think that's kind of cool. If we had turntable there, that would have been pretty good. We probably wanted to do that. There are some 1-pointers in the core set experience, I think. No, I don't think there are. So if we run again, we install all their shit. So we're going to go do that. That was a really good time for them to get that because they can IPO next turn. God, crowdfunding. That's good. That's about where we ended up. Hey, not too bad at all. It was fun to watch. Super Smash Bros. I'm having so much fun with it. I like that game a lot. All right, so they have IPO off the top. They have a DBS in hand. We definitely want to trash that pad campaign. In these sort of formats where they might not have the biggest card pool, those sort of credits are really important because they don't have a strong economy. It looks like they didn't go for the IPO, which is fine with us. Let's go. We should install this first. Hostile takeover. Special offer, that's fine. I think we're going to go trash this for 2. We'll install the Earthrise in the daily casts, and that should be good for a while. It actually might be too much draw, but with bin breakers, it's not really a big deal. Trash those pad campaigns. Oh, fuck. We went down really low. That's fine. Not that hard when you have 2 bad pub, but like this card, a lot of people won't consider it. Even if it's been going on for 5 or 6 turns, there's a lot of time where it's the right time in the game to trash this, especially if they don't have a strong economy. So Ice on R&D, it looks like it's a special offer, which if we hit that, that's fine. They didn't res the daily business show, it seems, and we're going to be drawing a fair bit here. We found the only breaker that we have another copy of in hand. Let's rip the server open. Who's your SSB main? Yo, Jester, the problem with this game is there's like literally 74 characters in it. So I don't know. I've been enjoying Robin, King K. Rool, Richter. The Mii fighters are like fun. We can run again and trash it for cheaper. We definitely want to trash this so it doesn't get like shuffled away. That's really annoying. Marth and Crom are fine. Let's go. Smash Bros is amazing. It is really good. That's a C-Source. Okay, fine. You win this one. I'll take the money. Or in the rare case in which the Corp exchanges a 3-point Beal for a vanity project. Oh, it'd be beautiful. Install Turning Wheel? Yeah, we'll get to it. Don't worry. We're going to draw 6 cards next turn. 4 cards. We could get C-Sourced. So far, I'm liking my old main Zelda, but I'm also kind of digging Isabelle because Doggo's OP. I really wanted to like Isabelle a fair bit, but I'm pretty shit with her. It's not working out well. All right, they can score a 5-3. It's fine. We'll just Turning Wheel away. Well, I've been pretty negative about playing ANR recently. I want to thank you for good content, Andre. It keeps me plugged in, and I appreciate you do a really great job. Thank you so much, Steven. I'm aware that you like have an on and off thing with the Netrunner, but I'm still having a great time. I'm glad that you can enjoy part of that too. I'm so sad I pre-ordered Smash and wasn't home when it got there. My wife took it and wrapped it up for Christmas. Oh, you got wrecked. Absolutely destroyed. They can have this, I think. There's no way we lose next turn. Who needs a Turning Wheel? You have single accesses. That's how you win a game. Another special offer. The last offer. Final offer. Maybe we just run 3 times. Because that's always proven to work. Yeah, I guess we're just going to trash that. How many times have we run so far? Not enough. All right. 3 stim hacks, no breakers, Anarch problems. I'm second Steven's comment. I haven't played in a month, but always look forward to Thursdays. That's super cool. You know, that's the thing you see sometimes with card games. I know, well, I think it's a bit different. Maybe if you have the whole card pool, it's different. But like, I see that a fair bit when it comes to, well, if they have 15 minutes, it's bad for us. I see that a fair bit. Ooh, System Core. Ooh! Value Town. I see that a fair bit when it comes to like Hearthstone, which is like unapproachably expensive to buy cards. So like I just enjoy that game by watching people play it. Oh shit, they did it. Okay, hear me out. What's the chance that they're just playing System Core plus Terminal Directive? No, but then this card. We really need to figure out a way to win. We have no multi-X beside Turning Wheel. Let's find Turning Wheel. Still no breakers, huh? Okay. Pop-up window. Fuck. What are people's favorite cards? A worm? Cradle? Hey. We're just running to get this down. I like Hippo. Special offer doesn't matter. Stim hack is fine. This is not going to matter. This is not going to matter. Hippo actually doesn't matter. We have enough money for this not to matter. We just want draw cards. Inject Knife at worst is the best. And Stim hack is... Actually, we definitely don't need 3 Stim hack, right? Seriously, when our Turning Wheel fires, we win. Because we'll just get a 3-pointer. Draw more. We have enough. I don't know what my favorite card is. That's kind of hard. It's probably Project Atlas, actually. Oh, they got a server. We got no ice breakers. My favorite card is my signed Benoit Gascon Astroscript Pilot Program. Super rare. Very few of those in the world. Shit, now we gotta run everything. We can't even break Toll Booth. God damn it. Oh, we're gonna Hippo this so good. Or we're gonna lose. One of those is gonna happen. It's unlikely for this to be an agenda. It'd have to be the last Beal, and they'd probably run a lot of assets. Let's go. We got Paperclip and Black Orchestra. It looks like we're in business. Business is good. We have 1 click to remove the tag. Oh man, this is beautiful. And we rebirth Omar and win, right? Fuck your free shit. Your free shit's been trashed. Take a tag. You can chase me. We got our breakers. 16 cards left. Uh-oh, wait. Oh, sorry. I didn't fire. Oh, I did. Oh, I did. I decremented 3. Sorry. Went fast. Yeah. I talk shit about like shortcutting and then I'm doing this sort of crap. My favorite card I've never played is Mutate. That's actually a really good one. Oh, hey, oh. Could you kindly trace me on the Raven? I'm technically still on it. The arrow goofs on ice destruction. Alright, so pay 3. We'll pop up 1. No. Okay, so now it goes back. Yeah, but yes. Nice memory from Worlds was listener Eric asking me to sign his copy of Masks. That's super cool. Signed cards are really fun. Shout out to Remy in our meta. Yeah, it's an Ash. Whatever. We don't want them to have that. I guess we remove the tag. Oh, yeah, fuck. Our stim hack trashed our stim hack. That's scary. They can C-source us. I don't think it's going to be that bad. Like our dude in our meta, Remy, went around to like everyone in the meta and he picked one card that he thinks represented them and then asked them to sign those cards. I got Atlas, which I think is like nailed it. Well played it, Remy. I think that's really cool. They nerfed Sonic. He doesn't say you're too slow when he taunts. Really? There's a ton of Sonic music in the game, which is always like, the Sonic music is so funny. All right, value C-source. I'll trade 3 for 3. My money looks a bit better than yours. Okay. All right, we know this is a special offer. Haven't found an Amakua yet. So we could just like smash into this over and over again. Just to get turning wheel counters and then like rebirth Omar. We could also like Quetzal this, but like with 2 ice on here, it's only going to be 1 ice eventually. I think also we want this back. So I think we'll do... I think we definitely run this. We can give them the money. They played 1 C-source. They might have a second one. Whatever. We want our 2 crowdfundings. Let's go. Gotta go again and think. Hey, Patrick. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, is it double special offer? I don't know. So yeah, thanks for dropping by, eh? I'll send you an email tonight. Okay, cool. So that's fine. They res 2 advertisements in the same turn, which is technically anti-synergistic for their ability. There's a small chance we win here. That's an Ash. We don't want them to have that because their server is annoying. It also lets us see deeper. I'm just gonna keep running this thing. They get money, but we also get money. Pop up. Okay, so we could run again and see 2 more cards. I think we just like O-bar and then see and just wait because they're not winning next turn, right? I think actually we probably just like run archives and then hit this so we have more money so we don't lose to like C-source closed or something really bad. Yeah, I like that. Let's go crowdfunding. You're worth the influence. Also learned recently that if you do an NRDB decklist search for Max, I'm the top result. That's a legacy I can proudly leave. Oh, no way, Steven. What's that for? Which Max deck was that? I think like my only searchable decklist is somehow fucking Khan. Not Khan. The other one. Los. I think that was the decklist of the week at some point. That's all I got. Max is really fun, right? Andre, will you sign my advanced assembly lines if we ever meet? 100%. Why did you pick that card? That's a weird one. I don't mind checking what this is. If it's a DBS, we want to trash it. If it's a Maryland, we want to trash it. We have 2 bad pub. Oh, the patchwork one from regionals. Oh, it makes a lot of sense. It's an Adonis. Yeah, we'll trash that. So we could get our paperclip up. I don't mind the rebirth into Omar and C cards. We'll see the top 2. We're pretty sure this is another special offer, which largely doesn't matter how much money they have, considering we got 2 Ashes. They could still be on Red Herring, but on Game Point, it doesn't really matter. I guess we'll just rebirth Omar and let's go. Also, rebirthing into like Edward Kim isn't terrible, but there's not that many strong operations in this like limited format, if that's what they are playing. We'll see the top 2. Question: does everyone announce max punk while trashing off R&D and then draw on rock? I do punk rock. I do punk fucking rock. I think that's what I used to do. Do I use this now? Rototurret. Ooh. Adonis. We see one more. Yeah, that's fine. I'll trash it. Pad campaign, that's fine. Okay, so that's back. I don't honestly know what we draw into anymore. Punk fucking rock. I've been playing her with Croder. It's been fine. I want you to sign my snare and just said, we do die to snare. There's a lot of times you just announce, yeah, well, we do die to snare here. It's fine. I don't mind going HQ. We install this for 2 credits. We break for 2 credits. That puts them ahead of us in money. Maybe we just click for a credit. I just don't want to get C-Source closed. Yeah, we could go HQ. They did use a C-Source. I think if they use a C-Source like that, they might have a second C-Source. Like, that value C-Source. And it never works out, right? Like, they spend 2, we spend 3. It's not particularly good. Drew second, not great. That's a Rototurret, which is fine. We break that for 1 credit eventually. We can also just light a fire. Like, I honestly don't think it matters. And that's the pad campaign. So the top of R&D is now fresh. It's fresh. Let's go. So this is going to cost us 3 credits, and they pay 4. So we come out on top. So we install that for bed pub, break for 3. See the top of R&D, which is a new card. Any single agenda largely makes us win because of turntable, even if it's a 1-pointer. It's going to be very hard for them to close it off, I think, unless they have Biotic or something wild we're not playing around. Let's go R&D. Oh, that's it. Paper Chow. Oh. I hit no. I hit no because I thought we had 7 points. Might have wanted to... Well, I goofed that. Fuck. Counting to 7 is like so hard. I'm just gonna play it. We'll just play it on. It's fine. We'll just play on. It's fine. Just this is okay. Shh. No takebacks. It's fine. Oh, good. It's just a pop-up. It's fine. It's fine. The next one's an agenda. Jesus Christ. This is a free server. It gives them 2 credits, but like, oh, look, oh, is that a Pyrec? Oh, it's a product placement. That's brutal. Piss. Metropole grown. Oh my god, John, that's terrible. Fuck. It's a shame the Bad Pub current isn't really playable. It is. Itinerant? It is. Check out the worlds list, Wacko. Search up itinerant protesters, and there's a list that was played at Worlds at like relatively top tables. That's a Val list. It's different now because of the new most wanted list, but it runs itinerant protesters as a single copy. It runs the archivist, and it runs a count siphon. It's cool. That was so painful. Oh, shit. Okay, that's fine. So Omar not have the same ID ability as Harmony Medtech? Yeah, right? Fuck. They drew. No, the neutral one? Oh. Yeah, it's just not worth it. There's better ones, right? Hachimachi. Archive Memories? No, what are you Archive Memoriesing back? A Maryland campaign. Wild. Now, no matter what, we have to run what's in this remote server because it might not be a Maryland campaign. They put it out there. We don't have to run it. It's fine. Ooh, we got the turtle. That's technically superior. That's technically better. Oh, yes. I think we actually turtle this. We have to run this, though, so we don't lose to, like, Naked Beal. Dryer's done. Turtle power. Val has the BP, can play crowdfunding better, doesn't need want levy, and doesn't have to play inefficient cards just to be able to install less than ideal cards. So, yeah, Max is dead. With that attitude. Max is more fun. Wait, you just said Hachimachi? Where did you get that from? Have you not heard Hachimachi? I hear that a lot from like the McElroy brothers. Fuck it. That's fine. That's fine. The critic. It's from the critic? Oh, that makes so much sense. They rezzed it. So we will trash it. Now we won't trash this. God, I hate this game so much. Why do we play this game? Just use your turntable. And Netjong is yelling like, install a turntable. Like, what was the fucking point? We wasted 2 credits on this. We don't need the MU. Why is this in the deck? You know? Like, it doesn't make any sense. We gotta steal 4 agendas anyways. I don't want to trash this. I just want the turning mode to counter, so it's fine. They did shuffle. Excuse me. Yeah, we should ran R&D. Small chance we lose to Biotic here. Yeah, they did shuffle. That shuffle's bad, right? Because they saw the top 2 cards of R&D. Only 11 cards left in the deck. There's another Requisition generally hanging around. That's generally the only Exploda. So it's Requisition... count to 20. Let's try that. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So what is it? Like another Paper Trail, another Pyrrhec, another Beal? Justin McElroy uses a lot too. Yeah, he does. All right, that's a C source. This is probably okay. Wow. This is okay, right? Oh, excuse me. Whoa. Whoops. What? No, what? No, I just missed. Fuck. I hit the wrong number. I paid 3 for no reason. Are you serious? I thought... I think this is still fine, though. Like, I'm pretty sure this is still fine. Like, nothing matters. Their username seems super accurate. Foxy Beast. Oh, man. We've been really good with no undos this game. They res the pad campaign. That doesn't matter, I don't think. Gonna have to use that. R&D, just close the game out. No. Fuck me. We need to remove the tag so we don't lose this. I hate this game. How is this still going? There's an agenda in HQ. Is this some Bayokan style hidden objective game? Oh man. There's 3 agendas in HQ. 100%. You can run it for free? Yeah, now I can. I just don't want it to tag. Now I gotta run the remote. They're gonna biotic this shit out and I'm gonna lose. I'm going tag me. I don't think there's anywhere tag punishment. They drew a card. This is all new. This is all fresh. Gained a credit. Great. Go crowdfunding. No. Thank you, though. Just run HQ 4 times. There's a small chance we lose to this. That's fine. Just install black file. Oh man, 5 influence. It's worth it though, right? Fuck. Okay. Now we're running this. We're definitely running this. So we're gonna have 4 credits. So toll booth is 4 credits. So we have to click for 1 to be able to get the toll booth and this. Let's go. They have to have 1 in hand, right? Yeah, no, we need to check this. No, okay. This is fine. This is fine. Oh, this is the sloppiest game of Netrunner I think we've ever played. And we've played a bunch of Netrunner. Oh, no, I broke that. Oh, sorry. Because I'm decrementing as opposed to clicking the breaker. I hope you lose. Kevin, I kind of hope I lose too. I'll be honest. It's not that bad. Last click tag? Yeah, it's fine. We were last click tagged a turn before. It didn't matter. They played their closed accounts. Like, I don't think it's a big deal. So I'm just going to pay 3 here. It probably doesn't matter. Play Andre and don't allow takebacks. I got that comment a while ago that like when we used to do videos that I would ask for takebacks probably more than I needed to. Felt bad. Oh, we're so good at this game. No, we're not swapping. Turning wheel's useless. Ah, good game. Ah, god damn it. Just joined. What in the world is going on? Nothing. Oh my god. Perfectly played game. Hey, thanks for the game. I don't even know if they know that we messed this up. Like maybe they saw it and be like, oh, maybe we don't tell them so we win. But holy shit. Best place. How's it going, Wesley? Damn, we're good. Not even a sweat. 9 cards left. There's a Pry-Rec right here. It's the left card in HQ. And then the bottom 2 cards are 2 more agendas. I'm in awe of your technical accuracy. You know what? That's like... It's a lot of practice. It's fundamentals, really good fundamentals. There should be a plugin for JNet that reverses the yes and no randomly on like turntable, just because then maybe I'd consider it. Never did it have electric boogaloo. Oh my god, I need a white elephant gift before I go into work tomorrow. The limit is $10. Oh, white elephant gift. That's like something garbage. Why do people do that? It's how I became the 28th best player in the world. Later 68th. Yeah, you practice fundamentals. Holy shit. It's work, so SFW. Scratch tickets are definitely always an option. But if they win, you're going to hate yourself, I guess. I think that's how charity works. My dryer just finished. If you're just tuning in, give me like 65 seconds or less. I'm just going to check on it. Maybe I have to like roll it again. Because it's like getting late and I want to have dry clothes. So we'll be right back. We're back. Okay, we got this. That was actually like really well played. I think we made a perfect call at the end. We checked the right remote server. We didn't get yomied. We did get yomied that game actually relatively significantly. Oh boy. Going to head out. Have to get back to work later. Hey, thanks so much for dropping by, Steven. Enjoy the rest of your work and your weekend, which is coming up soon. Depends out. I gave out bargain bin hip hop CDs and TP for 1 white elephant. Yeah, bargain bin like records or like CDs is actually pretty funny. There's a chance you'll land something good. I will say not taking back poor plays as a rule really helped me when I finally played in paper. Yeah, that's definitely true, right? Like I could see that. It's so easy to take it back here. Okay, we have no indexing, we have no employee strike. And no burst access. This is also like a really hard matchup. Hey, thanks. So turning wheel obviously is important. Having money, because a lot of times these Titan decks, Titan wasn't hit in any means by the most wanted list, and it was a competitive archetype going into Worlds. Not the most competitive, but competitive. A lot of the lists are actually running like Econ Warfare, Hard Hitting News, and Too Big to Fail helped a lot. Definitely gonna go mulligan that. Yeah, it's pretty good. Get a garden gnome from your local hardware store, because why not? Hostile turn 1, too bad pub. Let's go. I got a garden. My brother got married off in Iceland, and I got a garden gnome. I couldn't go, unfortunately. I really regret that. But I got a garden gnome, and I was told it was from them, and I had to like, keep it around because it had to do something with the marriage. I don't know how Iceland works. Turns out my sister just bought it also in Iceland and gave it to me, and I found out like years later. It's been living on top of the fridge forever. It was all a ruse. Let's go get singles. They kept their hand. They didn't keep their hand. So there's a chance there's Atlases in there. We'll just see what kind of deck they are. If we see a hard-hitting news or something like that, it's pretty bad. We could play this first, but I want to not get boomed. Or the other one. Beanstalk. That's weird. That's not that common in this list. A lot of times, Too Big to Fail replaced it. If we play this and hit it twice, we're going to be at 10, which is the same as them. Isn't the worst. Let's go. Haven't made System Core decks yet. How has the new standard been? Really good. System Core's been really strong. Really fun too. John saying Argus bigger than Titan now though. I thought, not 100%. I don't think it's that clear. Played Beanstalks. Gained a credit, drawn a card. Not a really like vicious turn for us. That's actually a pretty good sign. That's like really good for us. We want another dirty laundry. We want to gamble so that we can like do turning wheel, or Amakua is good too. Amakua turning wheel, start checking centrals. Crowdfunding will do. Generally they'll give us the bad pub. It won't matter this much. This is the best card in the matchup. It's a 1 in 42. We don't want to play it until they get an Atlas counter. I think we probably just like take this twice and put down this. I don't think we have to interact with them this turn. Drawing again is actually pretty good because this is crap. It's not crap, but it's like this is actually the worst card in our hand, I think. Yeah, I'll do this. Let's go. Cross your fingers, hope you can win early. Yeah, that's largely it. Oh, shocker. Titan deck. Haven't seen that in every game post. New one. Most one of those came back to make one more snide comment. Holy fuck. Okay. Well, turning wheel. Let's go. Yeah, I think it's easy to tech against this, right? Okay, so they've gone in. So we have more money than them. So we just basically need to force them to either use this or we can turning wheel it away. We'll give them a food for this. New construction. Okay, hold on. Swap an agenda. Damn, we're good. Okay, so the last game was practice for this game in which that was an important play. The last game, it wasn't an important play. And it's really good that you practice those fundamentals. Eli won. Cool, that's new. Glad to see new cards. It does things. You did it. This matchup is important. We need breakers. Oh, fuck, we need breakers. All right, let's find breakers. We found 2 breakers. One of them was an Amakua, unfortunately. They have 5 credits. I really don't think this is worth the click. I think we just draw once. I think we draw once. We'll run HQ first, then we'll draw once and then Earthrise. We're going to draw another one from crowdfunding, but like a lot of our cards are just shit in this matchup. We just want to get as many accesses. So Amakua is kind of our best, and we only have 1 more in the deck. We can't get that one back. We have no recursion. Eli 1.0 is new. Yeah. Too big to fail? No, that's... Fuck it. That's fuck it. Yeah, you don't get that. We are learning. Yes. Trash. Yeah, Rob, I think you're right. All right, they iced this shit up. We need to find a breakers. They got more money than us. But we're going to get 3 cards here off the top. Oh my god. How do we do that so consistently? 1 card in hand, that's the best place. Because generally if they're running new, they're definitely running Reconstruction Project. That's like a 3-card combo. How do we so consistently get so good at this game? Don't hit Archer. Doesn't actually matter now. Hit Archer. We want them to res something so that it ends the run. Mouseless would be really annoying if it hits that. I don't want to risk that. It's also unlikely that they're going to punish us because generally their punishment, like their tag stuff, if they're playing it, it's like multiple cards. And I still think the tag punishment versions of this list can run in 1 biotic labor, but the beanstalks seem like a bit more slots than... They might not have the tag punishment package. They might be on like 2 copies of biotic. I really don't think this is worth it. I think we're going to throw this out. I'll just draw once. Bad ordering, but whatever. Hacktivists honestly might matter because they have Rococos and it makes that like somewhat awkward. You're so good at this game. Did you see how you played your last match? Holy shit. That was all practice though. We needed that one. I want to hit the Archer with my face, so I'm not going to install the Amakua just yet. It's our final Amakua. We just want to get turning wheel counters, so even if they res here, it's fine. Oh, Enigma? Yeah, that's probably fine. Just make them spend money. Eli? Can't click through that. Oh, it's so good. All right. Do we need more money? No. So what can we do here? Okay, this is actually okay. This is good. I think we'll just play this. Next turn we can do like run HQ. It shows our play, which is kind of rough. Hacktivist is worst. Hippo has some value. Do they even run Archer? Some do. It's hard to tell by the list. And like Program Destruction is actually kind of cool in this format because it's not that common. What's on that? Is that Chrysium? What is that? MVT? Prisec? What is on our guys? I don't want to dirty laundry it anymore. What's on our guys? Hippo and Eli seems good. Yeah, we could click through it. It's kind of cool. Clicking is breaking it. Why not discard crowdfunding instead? Oh yeah, shit, that's really true. I totally forget we should discard this a whole bunch. CVS? Oh, that's fine then. We'll just access it in the right order. So we hit the unres Cyberdex, it's fine. So we can no longer run that. That's fine. Yes. Access 6 inactive cards. Okay. So we can't run that to steal power counters. All right. You got us there. So we need actual breakers, which means we need to draw actual breakers, which is an issue. Fuck. We can't even like data sucker it. Man, Anarch problems, right? Why trash? So they can't res it mid-run when we're running a different server. Like we have bad pub, we trash it for free. You 100% trash it. Because there's a chance like we run Amaku with 6 counters on it and they res an archer and res a CBS and then we get fucked. So you definitely trash it. I think we're just going to dirty laundry archives just to get 3 credits. Actually, maybe not. They have more money than us, which is terrifying. Whatever. We need card draw. This will be coming back. I don't think it's worth installing it. Free installing it though. You always run to get your first counter, but never more than that. Yeah, we can get a first counter. Fuck! Shit! Fuck! So they're on 2 biotic. They're not on kill. Piss! We still don't have a breaker yet. And this at 4 credits, they can easily res either an Enigma, another Eli would be a problem, a Hortum would be a problem, a Mouseless would be fine. We just don't have any breakers. Hippo into R&D, it's not worth it. Like, we just want to find our paperclip. I think we run R&D and just double click it. Because if they can't res this, I don't know how they couldn't res this. At least they go down to 0. But like they're one, if they have Audacity in hand, we lose. If they have Atlas in hand, we lose. So we got to do something. I guess this is what we're doing. Crypsis will get you through Enigma. Yeah, but Crypsis isn't that great. Okay, now it's only Audacity. Not that different than before. Oh, there it is. Could have drawn once. Yeah, there's a big chance we lose here. Game will be over before Liberated gets valued. GG. No GG. Nice. Could be vanilla. Yeah, it could be vanilla. Vanilla we can get through. Like, it's still worth it. All right, it's not GG. Isn't in hand, sadly. All right, so we can clear hand. It's not that good. We definitely want to just make them use the Alice counter on R&D. Too big to fail's back up. They drew again. Okay, so that's really good. We need 4 counters for that? Is that even possible? I think we do data sucker. Just get as many X's as we can. HQ, let's go. 4 credits in Amma, no HQ, 4 in Crypsis you get in. Yep, Crypsis is 5 to install. Oh, thank you. Okay, hold on. Wait, they just used their Alice counter. You can't do that at that point. You have to do that before I access. You want to come back? No, it's fine. I still think we win. Like, they have 5 cards in hand, and we have turning wheel counters. Like, we just win. Yeah, I think we win. So how many counters do we need? We need 8. Yeah, right? Okay, no, we still win. This is fine. Yeah, we're just going to keep doing this until we hit it, because we know there's an Atlas in hand, and then we'll just use all the turning wheel counters. If there's anything that's trashable, yeah, now we 100% win. There we go. That's GG. Yeah. If they didn't have a trashable, there's a chance we lose, but just unlikely. Border control, wow, that would have been good. Dedication, that's the combo. That's the Alice, we win. We're not gonna swap it, and then a Hortum, cool. Woo! Hey, cheers. Thanks for game 2. Okay, cool. Almost got away from us. You saw so much of this matchup was getting our breakers out. That's all we needed, breakers and money. And it did look like they weren't. And I think maybe with Beanstalks you can tell. You actually don't see Rashida in a lot of Titan decks because they don't generally run remotes. I don't think this is that common. But But yeah, I think the Beanstalks kind of tipped us off, especially the CVS, like that they were not on the kill list because that's so many card slots. What did they atlas for? They atlas for another atlas. And just for those who are watching who don't know, the last time you can use a paid ability like the hosted agenda counter on atlas is at 4.3, where they say, do you want to access? And then we say yes or no. Then they use it. Then they can't use it, and then you access. So they can't wait for us to steal an agenda and then be like, wait, before you steal it, I'm going to turntable it. There's no window there. So they have to use that at 4.3. The last time it says, do you want to access a card from HQ? And we say yes. They'd be like, hold on, atlas counter, and do that. So it scares people, right? So like you can run R&D with turning wheel or without turning wheel, and they'd be like, before you see the card, they'd be like, okay, wait, for safety, I'm going to use my atlas counter, even though we don't know if there's an agenda on top. That's a really big thing. Yeah, they definitely, that was a huge mistake. They don't want to use the Alice on HQ when we have a loaded turning wheel. 100% wrong. How do you just know the number in the run timing? Rain, because 4.3 is like very common. It used to actually be 4.2 and they revised the timing structure, but like on the basis that I've been making Netrunner content for such a long time, that comes up so much. It's like the most important part of the run in a lot of like weird assets and upgrades that it's like super important. You can use the timing in Slack enough and you'll learn it. Yeah, if you use exclamation timing in the stimhack Slack, it prints the thing. It shows you it. But yeah, that one just comes up a lot because it's like people think it's a thing people don't know about it. It'd be like, hey, when's the time can I res Marcus Batty? When's the last time I can res Ash? All that stuff. It's all 4.3. Super important. All right. So what did we learn today? Andre just knows, didn't you see last game? Oh, fuck. What did we learn today? Crowdfunding's good. Honestly, out of like, I think I've seen it the most on other YouTube stuff in Shaper, and it's probably what I like it the least in. It's undeniably fantastic in Criminal for obvious reasons. In Prey, with Prey, shout outs to that slow riffs. That's a really cool combination. Shout outs for playing Prey. I mean, Anarch, and I think Steven said it really well when he was in YouTube chat just a while ago, that an ID like Valencia that has bad publicity, that wants to run a fair bit with cards like Data Sucker and Amakua, getting crowdfundings back up, and even having that like added ice destruction with Hippo is also really cool. And of course, if I'm not mistaken, this is Chris Dyer's list, and he almost won Worlds twice. He did win Worlds once. That's Chris Dyer, right? Nimamaya? We're not wrong here. I'm pretty sure that's what old worlds look. Yeah, that's Chris. I'm still here. I never left. Yo, Steven, get back to work. You say 4.3 to your opponent as a power move. So I think that's really cool. I think also some people talked about crowdfunding and Max. I like that less. I think Max, you generally want to spend 3 influence on Levy, and then it's just, there's other cool things you could put in, but that's a cool thing. You say 4.3. He's a master at knowing timing for turntable. Oh, fuck. Anywho, that's all for tonight. It's 11:30. I'm going to finish off my laundry and get to sleep. Have a long day tomorrow. We'll be back next Thursday. And let me just pull up a calendar real quick, because just so you know, which button does this? We'll be here next week. The week after that is, that's when Christmas is happening. So there's going to be no stream for that 1 week there. We'll be back in the new year. I should be back up on the 3rd. So we'll be streaming a week from then. But we'll be here next week. So don't worry about that too much. I couldn't possibly miss the excitement of a Titan game. Who found the few cards first? Steven's salty about Titan. It was exciting as much as it did come down to like the super powerful cards first. And if we didn't draw this, we 100% lose. There's nothing we can do about it. Titan's way too fast. Play Clot. Woo! That's all. Thanks so much for dropping by. Thanks to all the people we played games about. Good night, Andre. I hope you guys super well. Thank you. You too. I'm going to need it after a bunch of those games. That's mostly it. We'll be back next week. Check out Nisei. Apparently they got a Stork Champion kit coming up really soon. We probably will be seeing this art on a promo or something. They do their news on Fridays. Check that stuff up. That's why you play 3 Turning Wheel. Yeah, I think you probably need to now that you don't have indexing and other central server pressure. I think that's really important. Anywho, that's all. I don't think there's any events coming up in Montreal. There are in the new year. We'll talk about that next week. I think on like the 5th. Like on that Saturday, if you're in Montreal, there's like a triple GNK. So it's like a really easy way to get a whole play set of NGO friends. Have fun out there, everyone. Hey, you too, Philip. I'm going to actually study for exams. Good luck with the finals if you're doing that, if you're in school. And that's it. See you next week. Bye.